Hey folks, welcome to I Heart Board Games, where today we are playing a Kickstarter preview of Crescent City Cargo. This is up on Kickstarter right now. You can go over there. If you hit !CCC in the chat. I said that backwards. Weird. So if you type it now in the Twitch chat, then you'll see the link to Crescent City Cargo. And who's playing with me today? Well, I got two folks with me. One is Jason Dinger, the designer of this game, Crescent City Cargo, and the other is John Newman, the organizer of the Southern Board Game Fest. Thank you for the sub. So, let's turn it over to Jason and John.
Okay, good morning, everybody, or good afternoon, because you kind of day I've had. Just a quick overview. There is a rules explanation video on the Kickstarter page, so that in order for us to be able to get into playing the game today, I'm just going to give a very brief overview. I'm not going to go into detail on all the rules. So what's happening here, we are competing logistics companies at the Port of New Orleans around the turn of the century, around say 1908 to 1914. The main board has a few distinct areas. The top left is the warehouse, where there's a warehouse manager in the game that's going to be a custom meeple. And we'll be able to, on your turn, if you choose to pick up goods, you'll move that certain number of spaces, and you have options that we'll explain as we pick up based on the amount of space you have, the amount of morale your workers have, the warehouses next to, etc. And at the port, which is the bottom of the main game board, you have a dock worker that functions the same except to deliver those goods. And should note there's only one meeple in each of those spaces, so if I move to go pick up goods, where I leave the warehouse manager is where Jesse starts his next turn. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of interaction and a lot of planning involved in my games. Yeah. The top right of the main game board are the admin tracks. The first two spaces are open on each of those. We can spin goods to advance. That allows us to build up the infrastructure and improve our abilities of our companies. The last four spaces of each track are blocked by achievement tiles. As players do what those tiles want, I'll explain it during the game, and they'll earn that tile and earn some morale for their workers as a reward. That'll open up the ability to move on and improve our positions better. The right of the main game board there are 4 offices on display. We can build that using morale and wood on our turns. That's how you get unique abilities, an engine that you're building that's custom, whereas we can build the same engine if we choose on the admin tracks. The offices let you build a unique engine. There's only one of each of those cards. It's 14 cards. Mm-hmm. Right above are gold cards. There's a few different ways you get gold cards, primarily delivering to shipping containers. Those are secret in the player's hands. That's what they're trying to, achieve by the end of the game to earn some extra points. You draw 2, put 1 back whenever you would be given a chance to draw gold cards. We each started with 1 during setup. We did setup before we went live. At the end of the game, in order for you to be able to see them, because the Vassal module has them blocked on our individual hands, we're going to put them on the bottom of the screen, on the bottom right, and explain what's going on when we do the in-game scoring. Yep. Below that, there is a black draw bag. When you deliver to trains, you draw railroad company tiles. You want to get sets of like tiles. That's, again, in-game scoring. And right below that are the loan cards. If you're ever stuck in a position where you have no money or meat to hire workers, your truck is loaded with goods, and there's no action you could take without a worker that's available, you're forced to take a loan, use that money, immediately hire. Your action is not taking the loan, that's free. The action would be hiring. And then at the end of the game, you lose $5 for each loan card that you have. You don't pay them back during the game. Yeah. On our player boards, Jesse, if you want to bring up one of the player boards, sure, just so they can see. Also, Jess, I just noticed one of your idle workers needs to staff your starting office.
Oh, good point. So
in order for it to be active.
This guy over here, I'm going to turn him.
So what happened, you see we have spaces for offices. It's not limited in the Vassal module because of screen space. I just made it 6, but you could add more. That's where the offices go that you build. Offices, you can build an office without a worker. Putting a worker on it doesn't cost you anything. If it's a free action if you have an available worker. But the office isn't active, its ability isn't active, and it doesn't count towards achievement tiles or gold cards if it doesn't have a worker on it. Yeah. Same thing with your trucks. You start with one truck. We all drafted initial good. So Jesse has coffee there. John drafted wood. I drafted iron. And you can build trucks with iron. You can upgrade your trucks, which allow you to flip it and get a trailer. On your player board itself, you have space for 3 idle workers. We started with 3. 1 went to our initial office. So we have 2 ready to go. We have space to hire 1. At the bottom of your player board are the workers you hire. You do that from left to right. They get progressively more expensive. You spend either meat or money when you hire workers. Mm-hmm. You have a morale track. Your workers, as they do exhaustive actions, their morale goes down. The last action I didn't explain is you'll come to a point where you have to give them a day off. You take a rest. You reset your morale. You'll see we do that. That relates to one of the admin tracks, the HR track. And right below that on the game board, your player board, is an on-call space for the train. You'll see if we ever have a train that scores, the only workers that ever come back to you are from trains. Every other worker, when you place them, they are working that position the rest of the game. Mm-hmm. One of the main economies of the game is how you manage your workers. Yeah. On trains, though, those workers will come back when the train is full. If you have more workers coming back than you have idle worker space at the top of your player board, because that you'll fill the idle worker spaces first. Anything more than that, 1 can fill the on-call space. If you've planned poorly and more than that come back, they go to the bottom. You have to spend an action and meat or money to rehire them again. Yeah. When the trains score, well, I'll explain that at that time. Mm-hmm. You're getting the verbal tiles. It's also a little bit of an area majority.
Yeah, I think a lot of it can be explained as we're going.
Yeah. Well, the last thing I'll just say is cargo ships, you collect that money immediately when you score. Mm-hmm. And then with the admin tracks, just say that the forklift track at the top relates to the number of types of goods you can pick up. Mm-hmm. The gantry track in the middle is the number of cubes, regardless of type, that you can deliver. And then, as I explained, the HR track relates to the morale you reset. So I think that gives a good, quick, brief overview.
And if you want the full overview, once again, that is on the Kickstarter page. Also, if you're watching this live now, you can ask questions in the chat and we'll ask them to Jason, as well as John and I asking questions, because we have not played this game nearly as much as Jason. Also, this is once again in the Vassal module, so anything could happen here. We were having some issues beforehand getting it up and running. So if things like that happen, please be aware and we'll get them fixed to get through the game and play a full game here. So
now to be fair, I've only played it a couple hundred times, so I don't have that much experience.
Yeah. I mean, some people play games thousands of times, so you will make mistakes. All right. So any questions, once again, we will be asking them. And some of them we would just be asking just to have clarification so you can better understand the game. Because that's what this is all for you to better understand this game. So I believe our turn order is here, which is not how it's displayed in the game. Normally we start with a starting player token, but for vassal purposes, we got it listed here. To where I'm the first player. Is there anything else we need to cover before we get going, Jason?
No, sir. I think we're good to go.
All right, John, you ready to go?
I am ready to go, sir.
All right, so I'm going to begin. I'm going to have my player board up, and I'm going to be switching based on whenever the other people are going. So I'm taking the first action. All these actions in this game, they're quite quick, but I think I want to move the warehouse manager. I can move him 1 or 2 spaces. I'm going to move him 2 spaces. And I'm going to pick up, let's see what I have room for, actually. I don't have a lot of room for things. Let's pick up a second coffee here. So that'll cost me 1 morale because it's 1 item. And that's my turn.
Okay, real quick then. Now, since Jesse did that, and I'm not going to explain this every time, I'm just going to manage it as you're doing.
Sure.
When you pick up goods and from a warehouse, if there's an empty space, if there's anything at the loading dock, it comes down right to left. So I'm going to bring this meat down to fill that space, and I'll move the other 2 items over.
And we agreed beforehand that Jason's going to be doing that kind of housekeeping, so you won't be seeing me moving it, but he's going to try to keep an eye on that and keep it going. If he misses it, it's no big deal. We'll catch up with it. So,
all right. Sorry, John, your turn.
All right. So in virtual world, I'm sitting to the left of Jesse.
Yes.
So I'm going to go ahead and move my forklift guy a couple of spaces. I started off with some wood, and let's get a second wood. That's going to cost me 1 morale. Mm-hmm. So now I got two wood in my truck, and I can do stuff.
That's right.
I'm all set.
All right. I'm the blue player, and I'm going to go build a truck. So it's going to cost me 1 morale. I'll spend on my player board, and 1 iron that I have. And all the warehouses are full. In a 3-player game, there's 4 cubes available in each warehouse. You see there's an empty 4-player spot marked. So anything extra goes up. I put it at the rightmost empty space on the loading dock. And then the top center of the main game board, I'm going to grab a truck and bring it to my player board. And I don't have a reason not to, so I'm going to go ahead and put a worker on it right now. If I didn't put a worker on it, I wouldn't be able to use it to get goods.
But you could always do it later, like almost like a free action, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. As long as I had the worker. Correct. My turn's done.
That was quick. Okay, I'm going to go over here and work on this admin track. Or what is it actually called?
They're all admin tracks.
Admin tracks.
If you have coffee, you're working on the HR track.
I'm working on the HR track, which is the bottom one. I can do 1 space for 1 or 2 spaces for 3. I don't have 3. So I'm turning in 1 coffee, putting it here in the last spot there. And I'm going to move this little peg here. Now I have to use one of my workers to place here. But that will end my turn. And what this is trying to do is get me 4 morale when I rest instead of 3. Over to John.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and this is an engine building game. So I'm going to go ahead and start building my engine. I'm going to take my 2 wood and I am going to go ahead and...
Oh, that's a truck. What happened to the truck?
Oh, I brought my truck over here.
You brought your entire truck over.
You got it.
That's an engine, but not the engine you were intending.
Yeah. So that won't happen in the real game, guys.
Right.
So and then I'm going to go ahead and build. I like coffee, so I'm going to go ahead and get coffee for my guys.
Nice.
All right.
Good
That
one.
And that's going to cost me 1 morale, and I'm all set.
Okay.
Oh, and I'm gonna. So go ahead, sir.
I was just going to remind you that it's not active unless you staff it with a worker.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I could staff it with a worker at any time, right?
Correct.
It's a free action. Okay.
It's a free
I'm
action.
gonna
You just can't use it until you do staff it.
All right. So we'll do this. We'll stay where we're at right now.
Okay.
All right. And I do want to point out, going back to Jesse's turn, that one of my favorite things I've designed into this game is that coffee is how you improve your workers' morale.
That works for me, man. Yeah. That works for me.
So, all right. So now I can move backwards at the warehouse because of my starting office.
Yeah.
Let me check something on my gold card real quick. Yep, that's what I want. I'm going to move backwards 1 space with the warehouse manager, and I'm going to grab to the warehouse to the right. I'm going to grab 2 wood.
Oh, we need to replenish one of these shops here.
Spending my last 2 morale. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. There you go. Thanks for catching that. Yep. So we dropped a new one down. I'll explain that in a second. Fix this. My turn's done. I'm just bringing all the stuff over into the warehouse and the loading dock. So real quick with the offices. There's 14 unique offices. I'll give a very simple overview if you don't mind, Jesse.
Sure.
Office number 10 on the top left is the that should be the contractor. I'm probably using the wrong name because it's been too long.
The full rules
much less
are on the Kickstarter as well. And
they are, but
number 10 is construction contract office.
There you go. So had the grandbaby last night, so I didn't get a lot of sleep.
All right.
So on your turn, as a free action, you can move a wood to the space that shows that wood icon, and iron to the space that shows an iron icon. You can split those moves between turns. Doesn't have to all be in the same turn. You pay a morale for each one you move over. When it's full, they go back to the warehouse area, and you immediately collect $4. The office number 8 to the right of that. Anytime you deliver a building material, not per cube, but per delivery space, so per worker you place down, you immediately collect $1. In addition to anything else you would get.
Nice.
Directly below that, the bottom right, card number 6, is at the port, which the port is the icon that has the cube with the 2 arrows left and right. You pay 1 less morale when you make deliveries there. You always have to spend a minimum of 1 morale. So if you're delivering only one good, you're not to a train, for instance, you're not going to benefit from it. But if you're delivering 2 or more goods, you're always going to spend 1 less morale.
Mm-hmm.
The bottom left, card number 14, is logistics. The logistics office, you can swap goods between 2 warehouses once per turn. So like I said, there's a lot of tactical play in my games. I know that John wants meat, so the 2 meat I'm returning, I'll spread them out between 2 warehouse spaces, make it harder for him to go get them.
Jason,
on one turn.
that just isn't very nice at all, Jason. That just isn't nice at all.
It's just because I know you're such a good gamer. I have to do something. I have to do something to give myself a chance. So that's the offices that are there. So
all right,
ahead, Jesse,
sounds good.
Your turn.
No, it sounds good. Okay, so what was the last thing I did? Oh, I did the coffee. I'm going to do another coffee. Same action I did last time. I'm going to put that over here. We're going to move this up 1, and that does not cost morale to do so. So now whenever
Correct. Admin tracks don't cost morale.
Yeah, so now whenever I rest, I'll be moving my morale to 4, not adding 4.
Yes.
All right, over to John.
All right. So, Jason, I'm going to spoil your wicked plans of spoiling my wicked plans. I'm going to move my worker 1, and I'm going to pick up 2 meat.
You only have 1 morale.
Uh-oh. It's too heavy.
That's right. I got too happy too soon. Well, all right. I'm just going to pick up, I'll pick up 1 meat, which will be fine. And then I'm going to bring my worker over and put him so I can use him next turn. And that's going to be the end of my turn.
All right. I'm actually going to change what I was going to do. I'm going to go ahead and rest. So at the start of the game, my blue disc on the HR track, if you look below it, has a 3. So when I rest, my worker's morale goes back to 3 because I just had a change of mind of what I want to do. So
interesting. All right. Let's hope that doesn't come back to bite you. I'm going to take 2 of the iron from this one. I have to move. That's right. But I can move them just 1 and pick up the warehouse behind me.
Yes.
So I'm going to keep these 2, iron from there, spending the 2 morale to get it. And that's my turn.
All right. I'll just fill that spot.
Appreciate it.
All right. So now I'm going to use my meat and get a worker. And then because of the office I built, I get increased 3 morale.
Correct. And you can go over your initial.
Right. So I'm at
push you up.
So I'm at 4 morale. So that is why I bought that building. So because morale can be a real a bottleneck in this game.
Yeah.
Yes. And I will say, John was correct that there is engine building in the game. It's a pick up and deliver game with engine building that has 2 rondelles that are shared between all players. So there's set collection, there's secret in-game scoring. My games tend to have a lot of different things going on in it, so it's hard to just say it's a pick up and deliver game. There's a bit more to it than that.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do on my turn, I'm going to build office number 8, and that's going to cost me 1 of the wood that I have.
All right.
It's going to cost me 1 morale, and I will go ahead and staff it now, and that is my turn. I'll pull another office down, and that office is similar to the one I just built. It is when you deliver a food, meat, coffee, or grain to the port, you immediately collect an extra $1.
All right, let's, on my turn, it is my turn?
Yes.
I'm going to upgrade the truck I have, so that'll cost me 1 iron. I'll put that here. Does that cost morale?
Upgrading a truck, yes.
Oh, then I must rest first. Because I've spent all of my stuff. So I will rest before I do that. And goes up to 4, and that's my turn.
All right, John.
Over to John.
All right, sir. All right. I guess I will pick up 2 iron. So I'm going to go 1 space, and in my handy dandy truck, I will take 2 iron.
All right.
And that is it for me.
Spend your morale.
Right. Let's move this stuff.
It's very
over.
heavy stuff.
Yeah. I got tired. My guys are in good shape. They shouldn't be losing that much morale. They're fit.
Everyone has their limits.
I'm going to move one space backwards and take this iron.
Yep. Thanks to your office.
For one morale. And then I'll move this wood back down. My turn's over.
I'm jealous. Everyone got fancy offices. I can move a lot when it comes down to the docks down here, but I'm not quite there yet. So I'm going to use one morale. I'm going to spend one iron. We're going to throw this in the first spot here because it's all emptied out. And I'm going to upgrade my truck, the one that I already have. I'm going to add a trailer to it. So I'm going to adjust my driver. So now that allows me to carry two different types of goods, whether it be food and iron or something like that in the future. Over to John.
But just to clarify, you can mix types of goods.
Sure.
As far as like you could have wood and iron in the truck.
What would you call that?
Building materials.
Two different categories of goods or something.
I guess.
Yeah.
Edibles
and non-edibles.
I do say types in the rule book, but right. Food and building materials.
There we go.
Can't be mixed on a truck, but now you can put one of them in a trailer and the other on the truck.
Yeah.
So.
All right. So I'm gonna move the guy down here, and we're gonna make a delivery to a train. And my train wants 2 metals, 2 steel, 2 iron. What am I having? Iron, and then
yes.
Shouldn't the people go there?
So that goes.
The iron.
The iron goes up to the warehouse area.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yep. Yeah. I knew that. I was testing you. I'll let you move those guys up there, and then I'll move my guys down here.
Oh, sorry, that was me. Again,
yep.
just
Vassal
with
issues.
The digital.
There you go.
All right, I'll let you move. All right.
So the iron's going. So you'll put 2 workers on the train, John. So that costs you 2 iron,
2 morale, and 2 morale.
Yep.
So I'm tired.
From the bag, you will draw 2 railroad tiles, 1 for each good you delivered.
Right. And then I have to find the bag on Vassal.
It's on the bottom right of the main board.
Which is, it's. All right. I got my 2 tiles.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And I'm ready. All right.
So now, I'm going to do something because I'm worried that if someone else makes a delivery, they're going to mess me up. Oh, I can't. I've got to rest if I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to move forward 1 and grab a wood. I want to do something else, but I don't have enough morale to do it right now, so I'm going to do that, and then I'll refill the warehouses. My turn is over.
Okay. Where to go from here? Let's move the warehouse guy. Let's go here. I'm going to pick up some. Let's go for some meat. And let's pick up some. Oh, so many choices.
You can only pick up 1 type.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Because you haven't advanced on the forklift truck.
Yeah. So,
and you need to move either your meat or your iron to your trailer. You
True.
Can't have a building material and a food on the truck itself.
All right. And so that's it. I picked up 1 meat, and that's me.
All right.
Yeah, OSHA doesn't like it when you mix meat with steel, and OSHA's all over that. Well, my guys have worked really hard at delivering the metals, so I'm going to give them a little coffee break, and we're going to get our 3 morale back.
Mm-hmm. Expect Jason might be doing the same.
Yes, I'm going to go ahead and rest.
All right. Back to me. Let's go ahead and move up. Let's spin an iron and move up this admin track. So we're going to throw the iron up here. We're going to move up on this track once. That's my turn.
And that does require a worker.
Oh, my bad.
That new
That's
forklift.
Right.
Yeah.
Goes up top.
To operate that new forklift you built.
All right, John.
I'm a little low on workers. It looks like.
Yes.
Yeah.
A little low.
But good for you. The good thing for you is there's a lot of meat in the warehouses right now.
And your truck's empty too.
And my truck's a little empty. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take 2 meat. And that'll be the end of my turn.
All right.
All right.
So the iron moves down. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to move that down. You'll notice you also need to spin your morale for that, John.
I'm sorry, I forgot about it.
Yep.
That's all right.
Heavy lifting and all.
Yeah.
One of the 4 main tenets of my game designs is there's little or no downtime. I mean, we're talking through to explaining because it's a playthrough, but you'll see the turns go very fast.
Yeah.
So I am going to do something before you guys mess me up. So I'm going to move the dock worker down 1 space, and you'll notice where I move the dock worker to, there's a white cube just to the left of him with some dotted lines and arrows. That shows the spaces I can deliver to. I can deliver 1 of those spaces.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to deliver to the shipping container there. I'm going to spend... Oh, no, I'm not. Oh, this is awesome. I'm so busy. I'm going to move him back. I'm so busy looking at the chat and looking to see if there's anything I need to answer and all that. I have dug myself a hole. This is actually really great. I'm going to take a loan because I am playing poorly. So I've got a loan now, and so I immediately get 3 coins. So if you look at my player board, I'm going to right-click on the hand.
I see.
And grab. Actually, you know what? I'm not even going to. I'm going to. Well, I'll do it. I'm going to grab them. I was just saying I just won't get it. I'll just hire the 3 workers. So my turn is going to be hiring workers.
Yeah.
The loan was, it's a free action, but it's not one you want. So I'm actually going to spend all 3. And I should note that money is your points.
Yeah.
So there are times when you do want to do this. I didn't necessarily. I painted myself in the corner, but that's great. So we'll see it. We'll see how well I pull myself out of this hole before the game's over. And my turn is done.
So you got $3 now, but it's going to cost you 5 points at the end of the game.
Yeah, well, I got $3 and they're gone because I hired 3 workers with them. Yeah.
Yeah. And you couldn't bring on meat because you had iron in your truck.
My truck.
Alternatively, I guess you could have upgraded the truck with the iron.
I could have, but I have a use for the iron.
And it was a long way around of doing it too, I think.
I'm too worried if one of you hoards iron to build and upgrade trucks and messes me up.
That is a strategy. Just take all of one thing.
I want to hold on to it. Yep.
All right, so over to me. I'm trying to manage these things properly. So I'm going to go, let's move. Yeah, I don't need people yet. And I have the meat just in case for later. We're going to move up 1, and we're going to take iron. And we're actually going to switch the position here. So I can take 2 iron, correct? Because it's all of one thing.
Correct. You can take as many cubes as you have morale and space in your trucks to fit, but currently only 1 type.
Roger that. All right, over to John.
All right. So I'm going to go ahead and I can exchange my meat for 2 workers, correct?
Correct.
So I'm going to do that. 1, 2. Put 2 workers here. And then because of my fancy dancy office, I go up 6 morale points.
No, it's 3 morale no matter how many you hire.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Static.
Well, then how about we keep one of those guys and just go.
Do that. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. All right. We'll keep one of those and put him back for a future day.
All right. And I'll note there is a warehouse. I'll go and move the meat. The meat that was returned, I'll put it down there. There was an empty warehouse. The loading dock gets full only if the warehouses are full.
Yeah, that would make it a little too juicy to get 2 workers and 6 morale.
Yeah, in play testing we ran through all those numbers. It was just a little too powerful.
Okay.
It also adds in a section of the decision space of I need to go ahead and get the workers so I can do it. I'm just going to get the 3 morale bonus, or I can spread out, and collect more morale. Now I'm going to move the dock worker down 1 on the port. I'm going to deliver 2 wood. So 1 will go. Actually, you know what? I'm going to deliver an iron and a wood. If you'll notice, on the, let me put a worker there so you'll see. I'm going to spend 2 morale, and the worker that I put on this shipping container, on either side of him, it's so he wants 2 goods, an iron and a wood, and then an iron and a wood. So I could have delivered 2 wood, I could have delivered 2 iron, or in this case, what I did was 1 and 1.
Okay.
So a couple things happen here. First, because of my office number 8, I immediately collect $1 because I delivered building materials.
Right.
It's $1 per delivery, so that's 1 worker, 1 delivery, so I get $1. And then on my super secret gold card window, I'm gonna shipping containers allow me to draw gold cards. So I'm gonna draw gold cards. The one I want to keep, I'm gonna leave there. The other one, I'm gonna right click and return it to the bottom of the deck, and my turn is done.
Say that last part once more. What allows you to draw gold cards?
Delivering the shipping containers.
Okay, that's just
the primary way. When you deliver the shipping container.
Oh, I see the icon there in the middle. Yeah,
yes.
I just wanted to. Yeah. Okay.
I think there's only 2 ways to get additional gold cards, Jason. Right? The cargoes, and then when you unlock
the admin tracks.
one of the spaces in the
second to last
track.
space. Yes, the first player to reach the second to last space on each admin track will draw 2, keep 1 gold cards. So you start with 1 in setup. The admin tracks is a small way you might get 1, if, but primarily through delivering to shipping containers.
Right. Okay, over to me. I'm going to go ahead and rest. Going up to 4. Go ahead, John.
All right, that makes my decision space a little easier. I'm going to go 2 spaces, and guess what I'm going to pick up? I bet you can figure it out.
It's probably going to be pink.
Going to be a little pink.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
All right. I am going to move the warehouse manager forward 1 space, and I'm going to grab a wood for my truck for my last morale. My turn is done.
All right, for me, let's go ahead and hire a worker with this pink. I'm going to throw this up top, but it's not going to stay there very long. Go ahead and move it where it needs to go. Oh, wait. Just 1 spot open, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I'll put it there. Whoop. And that'll hire a person for me. And that's my turn.
All right. I'm going to deliver to a ship.
Delivering to a ship.
So I'm going to move the stevedore 2 spaces. And then if I deliver 2 meat, that'll give me $3.
That gives you $3 immediately, and your worker goes to that delivery space on the cargo ship to show it's full.
Yeah. There he goes.
They don't turn on cargo ships. If you look at below the delivery space, there's a white rectangle. That's where it's the same on the trains. Yeah. That's where the workers go. So they turn just based on the card that they're on.
Yeah. Gotcha. All right.
Orientation.
All right. So then I get $3. 1, 2, 3.
It'll be way easier to just stand them on the card whenever you have a physical version in front of you.
Yeah. And did you spend your morale, John?
You know what? I don't like spending my morale.
Yeah.
So
these workers should work for free and never stop.
My cheating is all incidental. It's not on purpose.
I'm just hoping what you just did might mess up my next move, which is that's built into the game. That's how it's supposed to be. So I'm kind of sweating now. I'm gonna rest and go back to 3 morale.
Yep. All right, let's spend an iron on. Throw this up top. We're going to spend an iron on. You know what? Let's move up this admin track here at the top. And that's my turn.
All right.
All right, let's go ahead and spend $1. $1. And we'll get a guy, another worker, and we'll go up 3 morale.
All right.
And that.
I'm sorry, John. Go ahead. I think I cut you off.
No, I'm good. I increased 3 morale. I bought a worker and increased 3 morale.
All right. I'm going to move the dock worker 1 space up, and I'm going to spend 2 morale and 2 wood to deliver to that shipping container, and that's just below me there. So I'll deliver a worker there, and because of my office, I immediately collect a coin, and then I will bring up my card window and draw 2 keep 1 gold cards.
Did you place the worker? Oh, there he is. Okay.
Yeah. So, well, a couple things are gonna happen before my turn's over. I'm gonna go ahead and return that one back. So now, if we look at the admin tracks,
yep,
there are some spaces that are blocked by achievement tiles. The very top track, the forklift track, the level 1 achievement tile wants 2 deliveries to shipping containers. They could be on the same card or multiple. I've got them 2 spread out. So I'm going to gain that tile to my player board. That could be worth points if I have a certain gold card. So I will pull it over to my player board. And then on the tile, it shows I immediately get 2 morale for making that achievement. So I'll go up to 3 morale there. I gain 2. And that is my turn.
Awesome. All right. I think I'm going to throw the meat in the back. I mean, not the meat, the iron in the back to make room for meat. We're going to move this warehouse worker 2 spaces to pick up 2 meats here.
No! Oh, my wickedness.
And that's my turn. That cost me 2 morale to do so because meat is heavy.
I'm gonna drop these 2 meat down. Well, there was meat waiting up there, John. So if that was your plan, it didn't hurt you too bad.
Yeah, the gods of fate are watching over me, man.
Yeah, it shifted down from the loading dock for you.
All right, so that's good news. So I'm gonna move my warehouse worker 1, and I am gonna pick up 2 meat. And life's been very, very good to me.
All right, you have
and of course I moved my morale down 2.
Yes.
All right, so I've got some morale now. I am going to move backwards 1, and I'm going to grab 2 iron from this warehouse for 2 morale, and we'll move this wood down. Now we have a warehouse with 3 wood in it. That's interesting. My turn is done.
We're going to spend this iron and take on another truck. I'm going to throw a driver in there.
Dear Jesse, please stop doing what I'm trying to do.
The truck will cost me a morale, and that's it.
I love it in 3-player games when 2 players are combating against each other for one thing. I think that's a good thing.
Especially when the 2 players aren't you.
Yeah.
When I'm not one of those 2. When I'm not one of those 2 players, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
All right. So I don't know if you guys saw this coming, but I'm going to move the stevedore 1 space.
Yeah.
Oh, but I don't have enough. Oh, my wickedness. And I just revealed my plan. Yep. I don't have enough workers.
Nope.
Rats.
You don't.
Now I'm in trouble because now I revealed my hand. All right. I'm going to spend $1 and get a worker. And then that opportunity will be gone because I opened my big mouth.
I think no one's touching that. We'll see.
So, all right. So I got.
But I could make it hard for him.
You could.
Do I want to
if it's worth it.
So here's the dilemma. Do I want to do what I wanted to do this turn,
or step on toes,
or do I want to delay that for another 2 turns because I could move the dock worker forward past that train.
True.
To mess John up.
Now, I thought this is just a friendly playthrough, Jason.
It is
friendly playthrough.
Well, I think you have to show people how that works if you want to really step on people's toes, you know?
Jesse, come on, man.
Jesse, don't you love it? Jesse, don't you love it when two players in a 3-player game are going after each other?
Yeah, I do.
I feel like I kind of have to just to show because that's such a huge part of the game. I love you, John, but I have to do this.
Yep. Let's see it in action.
Makes you feel better?
Our friendship is over, Jason.
It happens. If it makes you feel better, I'm not doing what I wanted to do,
Yep.
which means Jesse might mess me up.
Yes, I plan on it.
So there's a good chance I'm gonna get messed up. So I'm gonna move the dock worker forward 2 spaces, past the train that John wanted to deliver to, and oh no, I can't. I said all of that, and I only have 1 morale.
Yeah, I'm gonna run into the same problem.
So
John,
one of the issues with this game,
you are loving the fact that
one of the issues with the game.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
You have to be able to complete your action, do your move. So if Jason doesn't have enough morale to execute the action, he cannot. Unfortunately, and it breaks my heart.
Yep.
He will not be able to move his stevedore past my delivery point.
So instead, I was gonna be so mean. Okay, so instead, I'm gonna move the warehouse manager 1, spend my lowly 1 morale I have left, grab 1 iron to put on my other truck, and then I'm gonna sulk when it comes back around in another turn, and John goes and maxes out that train.
He is.
Go ahead, Jesse. I'm done.
So Jesse, are the gods of fate smiling on me?
It might be, because it would cost me so many workers to do the action you want to do, and I have none. Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's not going to happen. So I'm simply going to rest, and you get to do what you want to do, John.
All right. Well, so we've learned our lesson about revealing our hand and rejoicing before
John,
you can actually
John could actually mess me up. John could actually mess me up now.
All right. So tell me where I can move this worker to mess you up, Jason.
The place I moved to. No, I would still be able to reach it. No, you wouldn't. I would still be able to reach what I wanted on my next turn.
So I'm gonna have to look at your cards a little more closely, Jason. I don't know if you're telling me the true story, buddy. I just don't know.
Yeah, if you moved past your train, you could make the delivery, but I would still be able to move down to deliver to still reach the shipping container I want to reach. So
all right, I'm just gonna move 1 space, and then I'm going to go ahead and deliver my 2 meat, which is going to cost me. I'm going to deliver I deliver my truck. Yeah, I deliver my truck. So I'm one of the few players who actually delivers his truck to do this. So deliver that, and it's going to cost me 2 morale. And then I'm going to put my workers here.
You'll draw 2 railroad tiles from the bag.
And I'm going to draw 2 railroad tiles from the bag.
Hoping to get Kansas Railroad or Mississippi Pacific to get some.
Nope. I've got a small straight going right now. Okay, I got a match.
All right. So that is good. You got the 2 Kansas Railroads. So now what'll happen, this is the first time we've had a train fill up. Trains are many area majorities that will score during the game. In a 2-player game, there are 3 spaces. In a 3 or 4-player game, there are 4 spaces. So John just pulled a really good move off, and it's our fault for letting him do that. We saw him load that train.
We did.
Tried to get on there to stop him from making so much.
It's true.
So
and I announced
John's workers will go back.
And I announced it the turn before.
100%. And I had iron that I could have gone and delivered, but I'm trying to do something else. So it's better. I think it's better for my score to do my plan than to try to mess with your plan right now, at least. So what's going to happen? John's workers will come back to his player board. He has 3 empty idle worker spaces at the top. So 3 workers will go there. And then in the center of his player board is the on-call space for railroad workers. Because he has more workers returning than he has idle worker spaces, one of them can go there. If he had more workers returning than that, they would have to go back to the bottom, and he would have to spend an action in money or food to hire him again. So lastly, John's going to take that train card to his player board, flip it face down to show he has 1 train. Again, that could be worth something based on achievement tiles or gold cards. And then I'll draw, actually, before I do that, the area majority, the player with the most workers on a train, when the train scores, will collect $2. Second most will collect $1. Since John was the only player there, he'll collect all $3. So John will immediately get $3. And you see that reminder on the empty train space before I place another train down.
Yeah.
So on top of what he scored with the railroad company tiles, he just got a $3 bonus.
Not too shabby.
So now I am going to rest on my turn. And essentially, if I haven't mentioned it when I was doing the overview, resting is essentially passing.
Mm-hmm.
So it's essentially if I'm taking my turns, and then eventually I have to pass to reset and go from there.
Right.
So my turn is done.
Okay, let's move. Let's move the warehouse worker one space. We're going to rearrange our trucks a little bit. We're going to move the meat onto another truck. And we're going to take on these 3 wheat cubes here.
Now, should I remind Jesse of the limitations of the rules, or should I let him take the 3 wheat and mess himself up in another turn?
Well, I mean, this is an educational game. I think we should educate.
Well, it'll be educational. It's just a matter of what the timing of that education is.
Yeah. I think you should educate him after.
After let him make the mistake and then tell him?
Let him make it the mistake. We learn most through our mistakes.
And because I wasn't able to mess with you, I get to mess with him now. So I'll do that. I'm going to wait.
Okay. Wouldn't recommend it.
So spin your 3 morale there, Jess.
All right. 3 morale spent. Go ahead.
All right.
I just won't publish this game.
All right, John.
All right.
Now, let me say something real quick, John, for the viewers, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
On your player board, the space with 0 morale and 1 morale has a bed with some Z's coming up. The workers are sleeping, they're resting.
Mm-hmm.
John doesn't have to do that. He doesn't have to take a rest now, but I'm just noting that he could if he wanted. And like Jesse explained at the beginning, he wouldn't gain 3 morale. He would go up to 3 morale. So he wouldn't go to 4.
Mm-hmm.
However, he could, spend that morale to go grab a good. It's just that taking a rest, you can only do that if you have 0 or 1 morale. I don't think I pointed that out earlier.
All right.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to advance 1 spot. And
Should that meat come down?
Yes, you're right.
Oh, yeah.
We were too busy laughing at what I'm going to do to upset you in a minute, and hadn't done that yet.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and grab 2 coffee. And that's it for me.
All right, so to make sure that Jesse doesn't do what I'm trying to do, I'm going to go ahead and spend 1 iron off of one of my trucks. That will go in this empty warehouse. I will spend 1 morale, and I'm going to build a 3rd truck that I'll immediately staff with a worker. And because I've done that, I will get on the main game board on the gantry track, the 2nd admin track, the first player to build their 3rd truck. So I will get that. And if you see on the right side of that achievement tile, it says I get 2 morale immediately.
Mm-hmm.
So I will gain the tile, and then I will go up 2 morale on my morale track, and my turn is done.
Excellent. Okay, I'm going to hire with these 2 meats some new workers. Bring on 2 of these guys for 2 meats,
And
which they can move down immediately.
Yes.
But
And
I'll
you
let
have
you do
choices.
that.
You can split them. Okay. Do you want to put them both
I see what you're
the
saying.
right warehouse? Or do you want to put one in
I'll
one?
put 1 in the left, 1 in the front.
There you go.
All right, John?
All right.
No, I'm liking the train thing. So I'm going to go ahead and go here. And I know we deliver 2.
You only have 1 morale. So you could deliver 1 currently. Or you could rest and try to do it later.
No, we're not going to. You know what? I'm not going to do that. So I'm sorry. You're right. I only have 1 morale. Me and morale. So how about we spend 1 coffee to increase a little bit on the morale track. And that's it for me.
That will require you to move a worker to staff that HR office. If you see where there's a red worker right above that spot, there's an arrow. So you need to put 1 of your workers there. All right.
Done.
So now on my turn, I am going to mess up John eventually. So I'm going to move 1, 2, No, I'm going to move 1 because he has the ability to move. Well, no, it won't matter. All right, I'm going to move 1, 2. And, I'm not. Every time I want to mess with John, I realize I don't have a worker.
You don't have a worker.
I'm going to go ahead and spend 1 coin. In this case, it's worth it to hire 1 worker. And then I'm going to sulk because I still can't mess up John's plans. All right, I'm done.
My heart is breaking for you, Jason.
Okay. So I'm going to move the stevedore, which is now called what?
The dock worker.
Dock
my
worker.
prototype is the stevedore, but yeah. In the final version, it was called the dock worker.
So my office ability allows extra movement. I'm going to move him all the way across the way. And I'm going to turn in 2 of these wheats.
You did remember.
I did remember. See, nobody wants to back a game from a mean game designer, but fortunately for you, I remembered. You were going to yell at me if I tried to turn in 3.
No, I was going to yell. I was gonna poke you verbally, but not yell.
All right, so I turned in 2, and I received 5.
You spent your morale?
I will spend. You
only have 1 morale.
Oh, and that takes 2 because I'm lifting 2 things, correct?
Yes, correct.
Once again, so many things, so many little mistakes we're making. So instead, that has to be a rest turn. And this little guy will move back here, but that's okay. I got lots of movement down there. I'll make it all. Yeah, I'll make it all right. All right.
All right.
John. So I'm trying to
things
decide
might change.
If yeah.
Go ahead.
So I'm going to do something with coffee. Do I pick one up? Do I deliver it to my train? Or do I advance on the morale track? I think I want to pick up another coffee. So I'm going to go ahead and pick up another coffee and add them to my truck.
That'll cost your last morale. And Jesse, did you have that $5 already?
Oh, no. I need to delete it.
Okay. All right. So now I'm going to move forward 1 space at the dock. Move the dock worker forward 1 space. I'm going to spend 2 morale and 2 iron, which 1 can go to this warehouse and the other will go up to the loading dock. Because of my office, I collect a coin because I delivered building materials. And then I will draw 2, keep 1 gold card. And let's see. I think I like that one better. So I'll return that to the bottom of the deck and my turn is done.
Okay, so...
Oh, I'm sorry. Wait. I'm sorry, Jesse.
Sure.
I forgot to put my worker on the shipping container. I did that now. So we're done.
Ah, yes. Okay. And you already did the gold cards part of it? Okay. So let's look at this once more, decide if that's absolutely what we want to do. Because I do have another truck here. I can probably turn in 3 at a later time. Yeah, let's go ahead and get the money now. So we're going to move dock worker here. We're going to do what we did before. Turn this down here. This costs 2 morale. Turning in 2 grain cubes there. Oop, not the truck. There for $5. And that is that. Over to John.
Jason, if I wanted to spend my coffee to increase morale, that would cost me a morale?
No, admin tracks don't cost morale.
All right, so I'm going to spend 1 coffee to go 1 more space on the morale track. So the next time I rest, I go up 4 spaces instead of 3.
Go to the 4.
Correct. Yeah, to the 4. All right. Let's see. So I am going to move the warehouse manager backwards 1 as I can with my ability.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to grab... Let's see. Is that what I want to do? Let me look at my gold card real quick. No, I am actually going to move. I'm going to move him backwards 1 space and grab 2 meat for my last 2 morale. And then my turn is done. I'm just going to fill the warehouse from the loading dock.
All right. So let's close that. All right. Still a lot of grain here. But let's not get sidetracked there. Let's move the warehouse guy. I'm going to move him 2 spaces here. I'm going to pick up wood and meat. I can pick up 2 because I'm on the admin track for 2.
Yes.
And that cost me 2 morale, and that's my turn.
I'm just going to rest, so I get 4 morale.
Yep.
All right. Do I want to do that now, or do I want to move? No, I can't do that. All right, so I am going to go ahead and spend. No, I'm going to rest. I'm going
to move the grain and the coal down.
Oh, there you go. Sorry about that.
All right.
I keep looking over at the chat, and so I get sidetracked.
I'm going to rest as well. Moving up to 4. Back to John.
All right. So my special ability is my warehouse worker can move 1 or 2 extra spaces. So I'm going to go ahead and move 1, 2, and I get 1 more space. And then actually I'll move 2 more spaces. And then I will take 2. Oh, wait a minute. I still have a coffee in here?
You do?
Yes.
I'm not going to do that then. So 1, 2, 1, 2. All right. So I'm just going to pick up a coffee. Sorry about that, guys.
All right. All right. I'm going to move forward 1 space and grab 2 meat.
Oh, wait. What's up with this iron sitting here in the 4-player spot?
Maybe it didn't get dragged down, or when someone spin it, maybe. Let's see. I'm looking through the log to see if I can see where iron was placed. Iron cube moves from loading dock to warehouse. Yeah, it just got moved to the wrong place. Wrong empty warehouse space.
Okay.
So my turn's done, Jeff.
That's a lot of meat. Someone's taken over the meat market.
Hoarding.
Yep, hoarding it all. Let's go. I don't like my options here. Don't like those options. Let's go with the grain and the meat can share truck.
Yes, they're both foods.
Okay, so let's do. Let's look around. Look around. Here, we're going to move this over here. May not be the final thing we do, but let's go ahead and spend a wood, and then we're going to move up the admin track. And that'll be my turn. Oh, I got to put a guy there.
Yes.
There he goes. All right, John.
All right, let's deliver coffee. 1, 2, my dock worker. He's going to deliver coffee. Put 2 workers here. It's going to cost me 2 morale.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to cost me 2 coffee.
All right.
That's it.
Cool.
All right. I am going to move the the warehouse manager 1 space, spend my last morale to pick up 1 wood, and I'll move that coffee down.
All those trucks taking up all the stuff. All right. Well.
Yeah, I've already got a loan. I'm doing other stuff, but I'm also timing it to try to make one of you have to take a loan at least, so I don't feel so bad.
I think you're doing exactly.
I think
that.
you're going to be alone in the loan category, Jason. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think you might be. I mean, we can always spend money to buy workers, but that's almost just as bad.
That's true. Both of you have money on hand.
Yes, we do have money on hand, which helps. Let's move this. Yeah, let's move the warehouse worker twice. We're going to pick up 2 coffee here. And that's it. We're hitting that hour mark, so let's
you need to spin your morale.
Play. Yeah. Not to the point where we're making mistakes, but yeah.
All right, so now I'm going to move my warehouse worker 3. I can move him 1, 2, and then because of my office, I can move him 3. And then I'll go ahead and load up 2 iron that will use the last of my morale.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
I'm gonna rest, and my turn's done.
All right, over to me. Let's send this coffee. I don't have the workers for it yet. Oh, this warehouse worker guy is never where I want him. Let's hire. We can mix and match meats and monies, right? For hiring people?
Not on the same action. On 2 different turns, you can.
Oh, so I could either spend all money or all meat.
Correct.
And hire multiple people, but not money and meat.
Right. You'd have to split that between 2 different turns.
Okay. Well, in that case, let's just move this guy once, and I'm going to pick up iron and use a morale to do it, and that's my turn. John?
Oops, let's spend $2. Spent $2, and I'm hiring a worker.
Mm-hmm.
And that gives me 3 morale. That's it.
Cool.
All right. Let's see. Did you actually spend the $2? I don't see it in the log. I was looking at my player board.
I deleted $2. I had 4. Now I have 2.
Okay. All right. Oh, I'm in the wrong place on the log. That was a problem. All right. So I am now going to spend 1 wood to build office number 9. So 1 morale and 1 wood, and I'll put that here. But I don't have a worker to staff it yet.
True.
So I just built it, and then I'll replace it with another office.
Okay.
Oh, now that one comes out. Okay.
What is this one?
That one is that when building offices and trucks and upgrading trucks, you don't spend morale. So after I've already built 2 trucks and 2 offices, that one comes out.
Yeah.
Perfect timing for me, right?
Mm-hmm. Over to me.
Yes, sir.
Let's spend this iron. We're going to throw this and go up the admin track here. Over to you, John.
So, real quick, before your turn's not quite up, Jesse, you have multiple empty warehouses. You can decide to put that iron in. And I'm not going to move that down because a big part of the game as it's progressing is choosing where to put stuff to set yourself up for a particular move or to possibly make it harder for John and I to do something.
Right. I'm just going to...
And then there's one thing I want to point out after you move it.
Sure. I'm just going to throw it down here.
All right. So normally you can only pick up from one of the adjacent warehouse areas where the warehouse manager ends up at.
Mm-hmm.
But if you look below Jesse's red disc on the main board, on the forklift track, the dual arrows are there. Mm-hmm. That means he can pick up from both of the adjacent warehouses. So
nice.
Right now, let's say if you were to move the warehouse manager 1, there's a coffee in each of those warehouses. Normally he'd have to split that between 2 turns. Now he has the ability, he can move and grab both of those coffees if he has the space and morale. The space on his trucks and the morale to spin. So
excellent.
I just want to point that out real quick.
Absolutely.
Your turn, John.
All right. So when I got the iron, I was thinking about upgrading my my trucks and getting a new truck. But since you guys did not move the worker, I'm going to move him 1, And I'm going to go ahead and deliver the 2 iron.
Yep. We don't.
Cost me two morale.
We don't have the workforce.
It breaks my heart that you guys weren't able to stop that.
That's okay.
It really is more efficient for me to stick to my guns right now than to try to mess with you.
Mm-hmm.
If I try to mess with you, it's going to cost me more in the end, I think.
Jason, just the lesson of life is don't mess with me. All right, so I'm going to score this train.
Well, first you'll draw your 2 tiles.
So I'm going to draw my 2 tiles. And 1, 2. All right, so now I have a large straight.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to point out so John has 2 MP tiles, Mississippi Pacific Railroad. One has a light gray background, one has a dark gray. Those count as the same set. The rule book explains that because the icon is what you're trying to match. The dark background just represents what's used in a 3 and 4 player game. You use the light backgrounds in a 1 player game, or a 2 player game.
So for the end of game scoring, right now, those 2 sets of 2 are going to be worth 3 points each, right?
Correct.
All right, and so then all my workers come back to me. And then I get the first and second place person bonus.
Correct. Nice. And one other thing's going to happen before you'll get the train.
Get the train.
So you'll put the train card on your player board. You'll collect $3 because we weren't there.
We're never there.
You're never there, guys.
Nope.
John is all about the domestic shipments on the trains. We're going international with the shipping containers and the cargo ships.
Can you tell that I like train games?
Yeah, I love train games. I'm just going to scoot this over just a little bit there.
Hey, pick up and
deliver the train over a little, so
that's fine. Pick up and delivery is one of my favorite game styles, and so this is awesome.
I'm going to go ahead and move your truck back to your player board, and then move that, and then I'll move that iron.
Okay, thank you. All right, sorry about that, guys.
Yeah,
it's the third time you try to trade his truck off.
Yeah,
every digital implementation of a board game has I've played games with people on Tabletop Simulator where they rolled a die and it fell through the table. Just the physics were off. With Faster, you just got to make sure you're clicking on what you want to move, what you want to drag. You just click and drag. So one last thing, John, if you look at the HR track, the bottom admin track on the main game board, the level 2 achievement tile wanted 2 trains.
Okay.
So you'll claim that tile. You can just put it on your, off to the side on your player board, and it immediately gives you a bonus of 3 morale. It's a one-time bonus that you'll get that.
All right, so I get 3 morale.
Yes.
Wow, that is big. That is helpful.
All right. So now I am going to move. Oh boy, I only have 2 morale. Oh, I can move backwards. That's true. I have the office. So I'm going to move the warehouse manager backwards 1, and I'm going to spend my last 2 morale to load up these 2 wood on my 3rd truck, and my turn is done.
We need to restock the trains.
Yeah, we need a new train.
Sorry about that. I'll pull that down real quick. I was so worried about my next turn, I forgot to help finish up on your turn.
I'm just going to bring my morale back up to 4 with a rest, and that's my turn.
All right. I need to pick up something. I think I'm going to need bigger trucks. I'm going to go ahead and move 1 space in the warehouse worker, and we'll pick up 2 iron. That's it. Oh, 2 morale, right?
Yes, sir. All right. I am going to, let's see, do I want to do that? I'm going to go ahead and rest in order to do what I want to plan out my moves. I'm going to rest. So I'm going to go to 3 morale. And my turn's done.
All right. I think I'm just going to spend this $5. I don't see much changing here. I'm going to go ahead and just hire 3 people.
I didn't cost you alone, but I cost you some money.
Cost some money. Well, I mean, I get something from my money, yeah. I guess. All right, so that's my turn. Just hiring 3 people with money.
All right, so I'm gonna spend 1 iron, and I'm gonna get a truck. So how do I get a truck on Vassal?
On the top center of the main game board is a deck of trucks. You just grab one and drag it over to your player board. And that costs you a morale and an iron.
Did I put the morale down, or did you?
I haven't messed with your morale, no sir.
All right, so morale's down 1, and I do not. Oh, there's the truck. Okay, gotcha.
And there is a limited number of trucks in a game: 7 in a 2-player game, 10 in a 3-player game, and 13 in a 4-player game.
All right, so I put my worker there, and I'm all set.
All right,
awesome.
So now I am going to build office number 14 for 2 wood that I can. Well, let's see. I got to put one here. That iron will go there, and then I'll put another wood here, and then I will spend 1 morale. But again, I don't have a worker on it, so it's not active. Hoarding that meat. There's, like I said, there's a give and take. I forced you to spend. I mean, you actually didn't have to spend money. You could have gotten 1 meat and hired 1 worker.
Sure. I still plan on it. I wanted to get the $1 one out of the way.
Right. But that being the case, I've got 2 offices I'm not benefiting from right now, and won't benefit from until I get workers on them. So, but my turn is done.
All right, we're moving dock worker over 1, and we're going to load up on the train using 2 morale and 2 of my workers here, 2 coffee. Throwing these up top, and they will trickle down to, let's go, 1 in this warehouse, 1 in this warehouse is fine.
All right.
It cost me 2 morale, and that's my turn.
Well, one thing, the black bag, the draw bag on the right side,
correct.
You'll draw 2 out, 1 for each of those.
I haven't had to do this yet. So 1 there, 1 there. All done.
All right. So I'm going to go ahead and let's see. I will advance 1, 2 spaces. No, I'm only going to advance 1 space. And then I will take 1 iron for my truck. It requires 1 morale, and that's it.
All right. I am going to spend 3 meat.
Hey, spending the meat.
1 empty warehouse space.
No longer locking down that market.
1 here, and 1 will go to the loading dock to hire 3 workers, which does not cost any morale. But I'm going to immediately move 2 of them over to staff my 2 offices to make them active. And my turn is done. Now, actually, my turn is not done. I have 4 offices that are staffed.
Yes,
and so the achievement tile on the gantry track, the middle track, wants that. So I will grab the tile and 3 morale immediately.
Excellent.
To go to 5, and my turn is done.
Okay. Let's go with, let's replace the warehouse first off.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I need to go replace that office. Sorry about that.
It's all right.
I was so happy to finally pull that off.
This looks like admin track stuff.
What's that?
The new warehouse.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. Yes. So the new office 13 that came down is anytime you advance your disc, doesn't matter if it's 1 space or 2 spaces on the forklift and gantry tracks, you immediately gain 2 morale.
Oh, it's a shame I'm so far up already.
Yeah. I shouldn't say it, but I'm purposely, normally I start building an engine with at least 2 tracks at the start of the game. I mix it up. This game, I'm purposely trying not to move there. I'm trying to do something different to see what I can pull off.
I'm gonna move the warehouse worker twice, and I'm gonna pick up 2 wood and 2 morale. That's my turn.
My workers are going to courageously rest and get 4 morale.
So brave.
All right, let's see. So look at my goal cards real quick. So I'm trying to do that. And I'm trying to do that. All right, so I am going to move. Actually, first I'm going to do something. I have the ability to move at 1 cube between 2 warehouses on my turn.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to swap a wood here. I'll move it to the right place now. A wood and a coffee. I can do that once per turn because of office number 14 that I just built.
Mm-hmm.
I'll move the warehouse manager 2 spaces. And I'm going to grab 3 coffee for 3 morale.
Nice.
Oh, let's see. Grab that coffee. And then I will spend 3 morale to go to 2.
Is that your turn?
Yeah, my turn's done. I'm sorry.
I'm resting. Go ahead, John.
Well, I was hoping you would do something more than rest so I could think of what I was going to do.
Nope. No thinking.
No thinking.
It's a quick game.
Yeah. All right. So if you're wondering whose turn it is, it's John's turn.
Mm-hmm.
So all right. Well, I picked up 2 iron, and let's go ahead and advance on the forklift track. So 1 iron, 1 morale.
No morale for that.
Morale. Okay. And then we will put our
Just
worker
a worker
here, there, and that's it. And I go up 1.
Yeah, there you go.
There we go.
All right. So I can move the. Let's see. Do I want to move backwards? I think I do. I'm going to move the warehouse manager backwards 1. I'm going to grab 2 wood for my last 2 morale, and then this iron would have come down to here before I emptied that. And my turn's done.
I'm finally going to get another office. I'm going to spend a wood, which actually goes straight down, so I'll just add it to one of these. I'll put it in the one next to it. That's fine. And I'm going to pick up this 2 coffee guy, and I'm going to staff it immediately. And that'll cost me 1 morale to do that.
Yes.
And that's my turn. Hey, BJ from Board Game Gumbo.
All right, John.
Jason, if I would advance it 2 spaces on the warehouse track, that would cost me 3 morale.
On the warehouse, would you?
On the admin track, if I were to go,
it doesn't cost. You never pay morale for admin tracks.
What do you? Okay.
You pay the goods that it wants. Iron for the forklift track, wood for the gantry track, coffee. You can spend 1 of the appropriate good to move 1 space, or 3 of the appropriate goods to move 2 spaces.
All right, so I'm gonna spend 1 more, and advance 1 more on the warehouse track.
All right, I am going to make a liar of myself because I switched gears, realizing I wanted to do something. So I am gonna advance on the gantry track for 1 wood that I will place there, and my turn is done. Oh, I need to put a worker there. I'm sorry. Now my turn is done.
I'm gonna bring an office down here. So,
sorry.
So this is it doesn't cost. It costs 1 less morale to use
when you pick up at the warehouse. And again, if you only pick up 1 good, you still have to, you always pay a minimum of 1.
Still, that's not bad. Not bad. All right, let's go with 1, 2, 3. Let's do some housekeeping here. Let's move this here to the trailer. I'm going to move the warehouse worker, and we're going to pick up 3 wood because I have some special forklift ability. Oh, I don't have 3 spaces though.
You do. Oh,
in my trucks. In my trucks. Yeah. You know what? I'll pick up 2 wood. That's fine. And you know what? Just to throw... Nah, I'll just pick them up from the same warehouse. That's fine. So I picked up 2, spending 2 warehouse.
You had 1 wood already.
Correct.
I didn't realize that you had 1 wood already.
One of them was already there. I just moved into the trailer, but forgot the other truck doesn't have a trailer yet. So that is me. Spent the 2. Yeah, that's it. Over to John.
Okay. This is not going to be an epic turn.
Could be.
It's not going to be an epic turn. So I'm going to go ahead and just go 1 space on the on the warehouse, and we're going to just pick up 1 iron, and that's it. And that's going to cost me 1 morale.
Epic.
All right, let's see. I have a question for you, Jay. It's a Twitch question.
Sure.
The 160 yellow hearts below the chat. What does that mean? Is that people watching?
No, the yellow hearts, that's points for you. Those are called channel points. Those are redeemable for various different things.
Oh, I am so Twitch ignorant. I watch streams here and there, but I don't know much about the site itself.
Yeah, it's all right.
All right, so how do I want to do this? I think I am going to go ahead and rest to go to 3. I could have done something else, but I'm kind of mixing myself up a little bit here.
Sure. Over to me.
My turn.
And let's go ahead and do I have a way to spend that final? Yeah. Let's go ahead and spend the let's spend my last morale buying one of these warehouses here. I'm going to put these cubes here for now, but I'll move them down in a second. We're going to spend that last morale, and let's pick up... You know what? Let's pick up... I'm torn between... Do I want it for the southern rondel or the northern one? The warehouse or the docks? Or... Oh, that costs 1 for picking up additional warehouses. No, let's go ahead. I feel like I'm going to spend a lot shipping in the future, so let's do that. Let's pick up the shipping one. I'm going to throw that there. We're not going to staff it yet because we don't have the staff, but I just wanted to own it. So I paid the 2.
All right, and I...
Go ahead.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Oh.
I was just saying I pulled another office down.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, yeah, that looks like one of the starting offices. It is a starting office, actually. I'm going to bring this down. Let's go 1 here. You know what? We're going to throw them both here. I picked up the office for the docks, yeah.
All right.
All right, John?
All right, I'm going to have another epic turn. I'm just going to turn in my iron to advance on the warehouse track. And so now I can pick up forwards and backwards.
Very nice.
That's it.
Yeah. Normally you can pick up from only one of those. You guys can both pick up, at the same turn.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to spend my 1 wood here, and I'm going to advance 1 space on the gantry track so I can deliver 3 goods now. And my turn is done.
I'm resting, going up to 4. Go ahead, John.
Oh, you guys move fast.
Yeah, there's little or no downtime.
Except when it's my turn. That's the only time there's downtime is when it's my turn. All right. Looks like I'm going to have to start advancing on the gantry track. So I'm going to have to pick up some wood. And I can't do that. All right, so you can pick up 2 types of goods?
Yes.
All right.
Because you advanced on the forklift track.
So I'll go 1, 2, which is my normal spot, plus I can do 1 extra. And then I will take up, which will take up all my morale. I'll take 2 iron and 1 wood And that uses up all my morale.
All right. How do I want to do this? I think that is what I want to do. I am going to move the warehouse manager. Oh, we do have that. I'm going to move him backwards. I'm going to move him forward one space, and I'm going to grab a meat for 1 morale. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. My turn's done.
All right. Let's go with... let's spend a wood. Actually... Yeah, let's spend a wood. We're going to spin this wood up here. We're going to move up the admin track, and that'll get me 2 morale. Moving from 4 to 6. And that's that.
Okay.
I got to move the wood down. Let's move it down here. Go ahead.
All right. I'm going to spend 1 wood, and I'm going to advance 1 on the gantry track, which will require a worker.
Yes. I'm going to move the warehouse manager forward 2, and I'm going to spend 2 morale. Oh, I'm not. I'm going to spend 1 morale to grab 1 grain. And let's see, this wood should have come down, so I'll put that there. And my turn is done.
All right.
I'm really having to plan out my next few moves.
Yeah.
If I want to do it efficiently. If I want to do it efficiently, really having to think my stuff out, which is good.
I'm going to move.
You'll probably have plenty of time to think during my turn.
You've been pretty quick.
Let's move the warehouse manager up. We're going to take the meat from this warehouse, and we're going to take the 2 wood from the other warehouse. Cost me 3 morale. 1, 2, 3. Go ahead, John.
All right, so I don't have any morale, but I could spend $2. 1, 2, gain 1 worker, and so I get my worker and morale. So I'm up to 3, back up to 3 morale.
Yes. All right. I'm going to spend 2 meat to hire a worker, and we will put them here and here, and my turn is done.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to need another meat if I want to hire 2 workers. So that's not happening. Let's do... We have the morale, we don't have the people. Let's get rid of some stuff. Let's bring on... Let's spend this 2 wood here. And bring on another office space. We're going to bring on the other spot I was looking at. 1 less morale for the
morale discount when you pick up at the warehouse.
Yeah, seems good.
And I'll go to I'll replace that office.
All right. And I'm not staffing it once again because I don't have the staff yet, but in the future I will. And that costs me 1 morale
to build an office.
Yep.
Yes.
All right, John.
All right, let's go ahead and take the dock worker, move him 2 spots, and we can make an iron delivery, which will cost me 2 morale. 1, 2, and cost me 2 iron. 1, 2. And it's going to cost me 2 workers. Or just cost me 1 worker, right?
It's just 1, yes.
Yep,
yes.
okay. And that gives me $2.
Yes.
There it goes.
And because you now have 2 workers on cargo ships, you'll claim the achievement tile, the level 1 achievement tile from the HR track.
That is exactly why I did that.
Yeah, it'll immediately give you 2 morale.
Yeah, it was an epic move.
I don't think he knew about it.
All of your moves are, yeah. All right, you done, John?
I am done.
All right, I am going to go ahead and rest now because to do what I want to do, I need to set myself up for something. So I'm resting.
Right, so let's move the warehouse worker and pick up 2 meats, and I'll spend just 1 morale on that. My turn is over. John, you're up.
Okie dokie.
Oh, we got some cubes to move down.
Oh, I'll take care of that real quick. Sorry, I'm so concentrating on my next move that I'm pretty sure the 2 of you have completely thrown a monkey wrench into what I wanted to do.
I'm sure we have.
I'm pretty sure you have.
That was my intention from the beginning, Jason.
I was planning this out about 5 turns ago, and this is going to hurt me. There's still some things I can do to hopefully drag out the execution of my final action that you guys will change the game state to make it look better for me.
All right. So I'm going to spend some of the money I got to hire a worker and to give me morale so I can do stuff in the future. So it cost me $2 hiring a worker, and I'm back up to 4 morale.
All right. I'm going to move the warehouse manager backwards 1, and I'm going to spend 2 morale to grab 2 grain from this warehouse. And my turn is done.
Cool. I need some staff, so we're going to spend the meats. Although, if I just... I don't have $2. Meats it is. 3 meats going out to hire 2 workers. Let's turn them into shape, and these meats are going to go down to... Let's go down to this one and here. And that is my turn.
All right, so I'm going to have another epic turn. I'm going to move the warehouse worker 2 spots, and I'm going to go ahead and grab 4 iron. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cornering the iron market, and then takes all my morale, and that was my epic turn.
Cool deal.
I'm gonna silently call you both names in my head because you didn't do what I wanted you to do. Okay, so I'm gonna rest and then cross my fingers that you guys do something to help me out.
Jason, I'm all there for you, buddy. I'm whatever I can do to help you.
I made a mistake earlier. I spent 1 less morale whenever I should have paid it all because I don't have the workers to pay that 1 less morale. But in the future, I will.
Oh, because it's not staffed.
Correct.
Yet.
So I fixed that because I did have the morale to spend. And I think I'm going to go ahead and staff one of these things here. Actually, you know what? Maybe I don't staff yet. Let's go ahead and rest, and we'll think about that. John?
Awesome. Thank you.
You know what, wonderful. Jesse? What I was thinking was the exact same thing.
All right. Resting?
Sometimes you need to rest to have an epic turn.
All right. Jason?
But I'm not going to do
rest.
That.
Okay.
I was thinking about doing that. But instead, I'm going to spend $3 to hire another worker.
All right.
I'm so frustrated with both of you right now.
It's okay.
Well, that's the main reason I decided to do that instead of actually do an epic turn, is I could frustrate you, Jason.
Well, but know that this is built, when I design games, I design games that Donna and I like to play. And the number of times we call each other names because we did something that indirectly, like you're not going to attack each other, but that will indirectly change something to make the other person have to plan. That's how the game's supposed to be. And so it's good that this is happening. It's just not good that it's happening to me.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you hate it when in a game, a 3-player game, the 2 players are attacking both on one person? That's awesome. So
we don't even know we're doing it.
So yeah. So let's see. Do I want to spend? I could do a lesser than efficient turn. I'm not. I'm going to spend $2 to hire a worker. Because I could do something that'd be less efficient and delay me, but I'm not. I'm going to do that, and my turn's over.
Jason, I don't think I gave myself my 3 morale when I hired my worker. There we go.
I see it. You didn't. So your turn, Jeff.
All right. So let's go and do what we had originally planned. I'm going to actually move the dock guy. He's going to move across the way because I can move super far with these.
Yeah. Now, just to clarify for anybody who's new to the game, you don't actually move across. Jesse's just talking about,
true. It's 1, 2, 3
he moves around. Yes, he can do that. He can move extra because of the original office he has. But I don't want to because he only moves along the road, that little white road that's shown that has his space.
Yeah,
I just didn't want anybody who's not familiar with it to.
For sure.
Yes.
Actually, we'll say that for later because I'm going to move this guy up top.
No, God dog it, Jesse.
Yeah, because I forgot I already spent my the 2 wood on one of my buildings. So I got to pick up 3 wood here, which will cost me 3 morale. I'm going to pick up the 3 wood.
I'm calling you bad names in my head right now.
Right.
Melissa, I do not like your husband.
And that's my turn.
Jesse, I am so glad that you did that.
Sure.
Because I had plans for my 3 iron. So I'm going to move my dock worker 1, 2. And let's go ahead and drop off 3 iron. There. So it's going to cost me 1.
Darn it.
2.
There's a truck again.
Oops. Oh yeah. This will
common theme.
This only happens on Vassal.
Click on the well, bear in mind that it's with Vassal, it's like I learned how to program Vassal modules a couple months ago. And this is like the 3rd one I've made. So there's probably some functionality in there to help stop that type of stuff, but I'm not intelligent enough about building in Vassal. Uli likes Vassal, and I do too, for a number of reasons, not the least of which is it's free.
Right.
You don't have to pay anything, and it'll run on just about any computer from the last 20 years, from Linux. You don't need to have a very high-speed computer. And for I mean, as you can see, you can play full, detailed games with it.
It gets the job done.
Oh, for sure.
All right, that's it for me.
So you draw 3 tiles from the bag.
Oh, yes.
I am so regretting not moving up on that track earlier, but that's okay. I told myself I wasn't going to... I said I wasn't going to move up on them, but I had to move up minimally to try something, and you guys are making my life difficult.
I got it. That's it. Thank you.
Nice.
All right, so
those sets.
I'm going to do a lesser move than what I wanted. I'm going to move 1, 2, the dock worker, and I can I have 3 morale, I have 3 coffee, and I've moved up on the gantry track to the 3rd space, so I can deliver 3 coffee for 3 morale, and I will put them. They're just going to go straight to these empty warehouse spaces really quick. Let's see, put that there and that there, and I will put 1 worker on this ship. Because if you notice, the next ship, if I could move 1 extra space, if I had $1 or 1 more morale, I could have got an extra $1 for delivering 3 coffee there. Instead, I'm going to get $5. Actually, I'm going to get 6 because I have an office now that gives me an extra $1 when I deliver food also. So I will collect $6. And my turn is done.
Very nice. Very nice. All right, let's go with we're gonna go up the admin track. Gonna bring this wood up top, and actually it's just gonna fall down to here, and we're gonna go up the center admin track there, and that will raise my morale by 2 because of one of my offices that's staffed. That's my turn.
All right.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and move the dock or the warehouse worker 2 spaces, and I'm going to just go ahead and grab 2 meat, and that's I can't do that because I need morale, right?
You have 0 morale.
Yeah. My people have no morale, so I'm going to put them back. I'm sorry, I didn't realize that. So I'm going to have to rest and give myself 4 morale.
All right. I'm going to rest and go back to 3.
All right. I'm going to take this dock worker. I'm going to actually move him 4 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to spend one of these workers 1 morale.
Oh, Jesse.
And we're going to ship this
Jesse,
thing
thank
off.
you, buddy. You are my knight in shining armor.
Oh,
You are my knight in shining
The train was
armor.
about to take off, so I wanted to get on it.
Jesse,
So-
if we were in person, I would kiss you.
So a
Good
couple
thing we're
things
not.
happen.
No.
Jesse will grab 1 railroad company tile.
Okay, railroad company tile on my board. Done.
All right. And since John has the most there, and if it were tied, just ties are broken left to right. Whoever gets to that number first. So if it had been 2 green and then 2 red, John still would have broken the tie. So you get your workers back to go to your auto worker spaces, and then if you have more than that, on-call space and workers at the bottom. And John will get $2 immediately. Jesse will get $1.
I'll take my guy and put him back on my board.
Take your guy. John will get the train card to his player board,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'll put another train down.
And I'll take $1 for my second place prize.
Did you give me my train card? Oh, here's this train card here. Right. Yeah.
There you go. And then I'll put another one down. All right. You guys did mess me up, but that's all right. All right. It's your turn, John.
Right. I'm trying to flip my train card over.
It's flipped.
Okay.
Once you click off of it, it flips. I'm just going to scoot
Okay.
it over so people can see your player board a little better.
All right.
Did I pay the morale for this? I think I did. The 1. I feel like I did.
You reset to 4, picked up 2 wood.
Oh, so maybe I didn't.
So I don't think you
All
did.
right, then I will.
And I'm looking at the. Yeah, no, I don't see it on
Oh, the log. Yeah.
the log. Yeah.
All right, paid for.
Your turn, John.
All right. I'm going to move the warehouse worker 2 spaces, and we'll pick up 2 coffee. 1 from behind and 1 from in front. That's it. And somehow I have a pink cube.
I think that was one that when you spin it didn't get moved back. I think when,
All right.
when you clicked, I just put it back
All
in
right.
the warehouse.
Okay.
All right. So you guys did kind of mess me up, but that's all right. I've got money to spend now. So I can move 2 spaces for free at the port. I'll do that. Then I'm gonna delete $1 to move him 1 extra because it'll be worth it in the long run. And I have 3 morale. I have 3 grain and a worker. So I will bring these 3 grain back to the warehouses. I will. Oh, that meat needs to come down first.
Oh, that's something you can do for
And-
movement is pay $1 to move more.
Yes, you can for moving the warehouse manager or the dock worker. If you want to move extra than
Yeah.
what you're allowed, for each space it's $1 or a morale, but you can't split it. Just
Right.
like hiring, you have to pay. So if you're spaying 2, it has to be $2 or 2 morale. So a couple
Can be
things happen
expensive,
there.
yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to put a worker on this 3 grain that gets me $8, but because of my office number 9, I'll get an extra. So I will go get $9 now. And my turn is done.
Back to me. Let's go with... I think I have to hire someone. So kind of uneventful, but I'm just going to throw this meat over here and hire someone here. Turn them. And the meat will not fall, actually. We're stocked up. Okay, let's go over to John.
All right, so if I spend 1 coffee, I can advance on the HR track 1 space.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And that's going to require a worker?
Not yet.
No, not yet. You actually went in the middle of 2 spaces. You go over one.
I knew that.
Yeah, that tile covers 2 spaces. The tile that was there, I should say.
Yeah.
Okay. That's the end of my epic turn. That doesn't cost a morale, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to use my ability of Warehouse 14 to swap this iron and this meat. And then I'll use my ability of Office 3 to move backwards 1. I'm not going to do any of that. I need to go rest. God dog it. Oh, I was to copy John. I had an epic turn planned. Well, I'm about to end the game is what's about to happen. And I had it set up. I had it how many turns it's going to take me to do it and try to stop you both from getting too much done.
Points,
and I messed myself up.
All right, we're gonna staff.
So I rested.
We're gonna staff Office 6, like a free action, and then we're gonna move using Office 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're gonna move over to the train. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're gonna bring these 2 guys over, spending 1 less morale because of Office 6. Finishing this, and that puts me at 0 morale. And
okay, so you'll immediately collect 2 tiles from the bag.
2 tiles from the bag coming in. All right. Finally starting to get things.
Your workers will come back to your auto worker spaces. The 4th worker will go to your on-call space. And you can never place a worker there unless they come back from a train and the auto worker spaces are empty.
Right.
But you can use that freely like it were an idle worker. You'll collect the train card to your player board, and then I'll put another train down.
And I didn't see you getting into my train business, man.
Yeah, I didn't see it either.
Oh, that's interesting. One of y'all might end the game before I do, actually.
How many trains are left?
There's 1 left in the deck plus the 2 there. So if the 6th train, if anyone scores 1 more train, it'll trigger the end game, which is about right because we're about an hour and a half into the play. Now, bear in mind, I had about 10 minutes where I did an overview.
Mm-hmm.
We've stopped and talked and chit-chatted and talked through different, rules explanations as we were playing.
Yeah.
And just playing online with any online digital version of a game slows it down just a little.
For sure.
And like I said, we're about an hour and a half, and it's about 30 minutes per player. So adding in all that extra stuff we've done, we've got about, if we were at a table, we'd have been playing for about an hour and 10 minutes. So we're getting close to the end of the game here soon.
Yeah.
One way or the other.
Well, and just getting the feel of this, I mean, most of it is the vassal program. But if you were playing this in person, I mean, that would cut this by a third.
Yeah.
Easily, because there's so many extra little things that are required as far as clicking and moving and switching windows, and especially, John, if I'm not mistaken, you're on a laptop, which has limited real estate on the screen. So,
and I keep spending trucks instead of resources.
Yeah. All right, John, it's your turn.
Okay. I'm going to spend 1 coffee to advance on the HR track, and that's going to require a worker. And that's the end of my epic turn.
Awesome.
All right. I am going to move the warehouse manager backwards 1. Now I'm going to use my ability to freely swap 2 goods. And I will spend 2 morale to pick up 2 meat. And then after that, I'm going to drop these goods down, and my turn is done.
All right, eventually I'm going to have to do this morale thing, but till then, No, we don't have to do it yet. Let's staff this office over here. And I think I want to... Let's bring on another office. Let's pay...
Oh, you have no morale.
Oh, I have no morale. You're right. So let's spend one of these wood. And we're going to go up on the center admin track, which will raise my morale by 2.
That does require a worker, though, to staff that gantry crane.
Oh, that's fair.
And if you move, you can't do it this turn because you only have one other wood. But on a future turn, if you move up 1, just remember the first player to reach that 5th space draws 2, keeps 1 gold card.
Yeah. Sounds good.
And for the sake of Vassal, just remember, draw them secretly to your card window so we can't see them.
Correct.
So John and I won't be able to see them.
All right. Go ahead, John.
Well, and Jesse made that mistake so you could illustrate that point, Jason.
Go ahead, John.
All right. I am going to go ahead and spend an iron to advance on the warehouse track 1, which is going to require another worker. And that is the end of my turn.
All right.
So,
I'm going to move. I'm sorry.
I was going to say he's in the 5th spot. You're kind of in the middle of 2 spots there.
Yeah, there we go. Am I better?
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. So I'm going to move the warehouse manager back 1, spend my last morale to grab 1 meat. And my turn's done. And I'll move a coffee down there and then move these over. And my turn's done now.
All right. Gonna do what I said before. We're gonna spin this wood. And we're going to bring on another office. A little late office, but I still want to do it. Gonna take that one. We're actually gonna staff it. And my turn is done. That cost me a morale. Go ahead, John.
All right. Thinking. All right. Okay. Want a coffee so I can advance on the HR track and draw some more cards. And then I can put something else in another truck.
All right.
Let's go ahead and advance the warehouse worker 1. Put 1 coffee in. Oh, I don't have enough. I do not have enough morale.
Yeah, you'd only be able to get 1 thing.
So wonk. So I'm going to spend $2 to hire a worker and increase 3 morale. So I'm at 4 morale. Epic turn, next turn.
Next turn. It's always next turn. All right. Over to Jason.
Now you know I want coffee. Yeah, so you know I want coffee.
I'm going to take it all.
I'm going to rest. I'm going to rest and go to 3 morale.
I feel like I should rest. I have 1 morale, though, so I'm going to go ahead and spend it, I think. No, I'm not. No, not brave enough. Gonna just rest. Go ahead, John.
All right, epic turn.
Here we go.
So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to move the warehouse worker 1, grab 1 coffee, and 2 iron. And that's going to cost me 3 morale. And that's it.
Cool.
All right.
All right, Jason.
Just moving this stuff down. I'm going to use my ability to swap. Let's see. I'm going to swap a meat here and a wood there. And then I'm going to move the warehouse manager 1, 2, spend 2 morale, and grab 2 meat. And then my turn is done.
All right, since we have all this morale ready to go, let's move the warehouse manager 2 spots. And we're going to spend a bit of morale. We're going to pick up the wood. We certainly want the wood, and that's from both spots, I think. And we're also going to pick up, looking around. Let's go with, oh, I'm going to need people eventually. Let's go with, there. Let's go with coffee for now. And I think I'm only going to pick up 1. Not really interested in another. So that'll cost all 4. Oh, actually 3, because I have a staffed office.
Yeah.
That reduces about 1.
Yeah, unlike the last time when we ran through just to teach you guys the module and we did it offline, when I kept forgetting I had that office because I was so excited for every other move I was making.
Yeah, I'm not going to be that excited.
That was a rough day for me all around. We won't get into that.
All right, so over to John.
I'm going to go ahead and spend my coffee
Mm-hmm.
to advance on the HR track, which will allow me to draw 2 gold cards.
Yeah, like I said, just a reminder, draw them to the secret window so we don't see them.
Sounds good.
Yeah, so you're gonna have to help me with where the cards are on this thing.
On the main game board, they're the very top right above the offices that are on display.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, got it. And then I need to put them on my card.
There's 1, 2.
And I got 2.
All right. Then just
All right,
return
and then
the
I'm
other
just
one to the
gonna
bottom.
What's that?
Whenever you're ready, just return it to the bottom.
Yeah, right click. You right click on the card and tell it return to the bottom. It'll automatically put it there.
And I just have to remember which ones these are. And what did I do with my okay.
My move won't affect John's decision for the gold card.
So he can go ahead and think about that.
I'm going to go ahead
and move. I was just moving 1, 2, and then I'm going to spend a dollar to move the warehouse manager 1 extra. Oh no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to get my dollar back because I just remembered I have an office that lets me swap goods.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to swap this meat and this iron, move the warehouse manager 1, and spend my last morale to grab a meat. And my turn is done.
Going back to the meat hoarding. Got it.
Yeah, I'm trying to do something specific. So,
starve us all. I think that's the specific action. Well, let's go ahead and spend this wood, and I'm actually just going to move it straight down. We're going to move it here. That's fine. And we're going to go up on the gentry track here. Let me get my board out of the way. We're going up here. We're going to draw 2. But that can happen on other people's turns. So, John, you can go ahead and go.
All right. I'm going to, although my morale isn't to 0, all my workers are already out. So to have an epic turn, I need morale. So I'm going to go ahead and rest. And I will go up to 5 morale.
All right. I am going to spend 4 meat to hire 2 workers, and I'm just going to go disperse them amongst these. It doesn't cost any morale. Just going to go put them out in these warehouses. And I'm going to delay ending the game by a couple more turns. I was about to end the game, but if I would have, it would have made it a little harder for me to maximize what I want to do. So I just hired 2 workers.
So you would have ended the game by putting all your workers out? If I would have hired,
if not all workers, but if you hire one
that's right.
or both workers from that last space, and I can do that now, but what would happen then, since I'm last player, we'd advance the disc for the end of game actions, And then starting with Jesse, we'd take 3 turns. Jesse would get a turn, you, then me. Advance the dish, Jesse, you, me. Advance the dish, Jesse, you, me. And then the end of the game.
Mm-hmm.
And I just don't know if I can pull up, depending on what you both do, if I ended it now, because my trucks would be empty and I'd have no morale, I might not be able to pull off a move or 2 to make it worthwhile. So
Yeah.
I'm holding off on that to try to do something else.
And I have my 3 workers and my 5 morale, and I'm ready for my epic turn at the end of the game.
Right.
Oh boy.
Like I said, I had to weigh out shutting you both down from getting too many extra actions and then limiting myself to too few actions. So I'm kind of weighing that. And I think this is the best option without, min-maxing it to, too much.
All right.
So my turn's over, Jess, your turn.
As a reminder for the shipping, the 3 shipping boxes at the bottom, the left and the right side have to be paid, or just one of the sides?
Where are we talking?
Like where your blue meeples are. You have a, let's see, can I move them?
Yes,
Yeah,
okay, so if you look at the meeple you just clicked on that's got the box around it, the red box, that wanted 2 goods, 2 building materials.
Oh, one from each side.
So, yes, so it wants an iron or wood from each side. So the one right below that meeple wants 2 foods, any mixture. The one on the bottom right of that shipping container wants a food and a building material. So you could deliver a meat and a wood, a grain and an iron, any mixture, as long as one's a food and one's a building material.
All right, that sounds good. That's exactly what I'm going to do then. I'm going to move this guy here. I do get a reduction in this area because
in morale,
because I'm delivering 2 goods, so -1. I just need 1 morale to do it, so I'm spending it, going from 1 to 0. Have the meeple on the train. He's the guy that's going down there to operate this. I'm going to spend the wood to satisfy the right side and the coffee to satisfy the left side. And then I get an additional goal card, correct?
You draw 2 and you keep 1 of them.
All right, we're going to do that while John, go ahead and take your turn.
Well, you just destroyed my wicked plans, Jesse. You just destroyed my wicked plans. Yeah.
I'm thrilled.
Yeah. So, wow. That just wasn't nice.
Well, it wasn't intentional, but I'll say it was.
All right.
Let's do this.
All right. So I have to go to plan B.
I like plan B.
And yeah, but I don't know what plan B is yet, and I'm open to suggestions.
Well,
see, I had epic plan A. I did not have plan B.
What could plan A have been?
Yeah. Well, my plan A, of course, was the train dropping off.
Oh, because I moved a guy. You can't do that?
Yeah.
You can still do that.
Yeah.
There's no way I can get there.
Yep. You have 5 morale. So you move 2 spaces for free.
Okay.
And then spend 3 morale to go 1, 2, 3.
I can only drop off 1 thing then.
No, you'd be able to drop off 2. You have 5 morale.
Okay.
So 1, 2 spaces for free would put you at the bottom center. And then 3 morale, 1, 2, 3 would leave you with 2 morale. That you could drop off 2 iron there. You would be able to do that.
Okay. I did this so you could teach that very important rule.
But it does go back to one of the other tenets in all of my game designs. Planning is critical.
All right. Well, and I didn't have a plan B, so that's a good thing. So I'll go ahead and put those guys there. And
so that'll cost all 5 of your morale.
So I'm down to 0.
Yep. The 2 iron will go back up to the loading dock.
Yeah. And of course I delivered my truck.
Truck goes again. Now I think you're doing it on purpose. You want to be that truck guy.
Yeah, I want to do that.
Here's the deal. I've played enough games with John to know he is a shark. He is a very good gamer. He's got a very good strategic and tactical mind, and I think he's doing that to throw us off.
Right.
No,
It's like
I'm terrible with technology, man. I'm just terrible with technology.
It's like if you're playing pool, and it's been decades since I've played pool, but you're playing pool and somebody comes up and they play awful, and then they they bet you on the next game, and then they just run the table. Yeah, that's what's happening. He's truck sharking us.
So I get 2 train thingy doodles.
2 railroad company tiles, yes.
That's what I was going to say. All right. And it'd be nice to get more matching things. All right, that's good.
Yeah. Oh, you did. You got another Union Pacific and another Pacific Railway. All right, so I'm going to rest, and it's your turn, Jesse.
That sounds wonderful. I'm going to rest. Back to you, John.
Well, I had an epic turn, and after an epic turn, you need to rest, so I get my 5 morale back.
All right. I'm going to spend the ability on my Office 14 to swap this wood with this meat. Spend the ability on Office Card 3 to move the warehouse manager back 1. And I'm going to spend the 3 morale I just got to grab 3 meat.
Oh, my gosh.
And I will put them on my truck here, and then my turn will be done, and I will go. Did I mess you up, Jesse?
There's a lot of nap time. Sure.
I'm so sorry.
No, it'll make you feel better if I say sure. So I'm just trying to make you feel better.
Oh, well, it sounded like you sighed, so I thought maybe I messed you up. I got happy for a minute there, but my turn is done.
All right.
Oh, and I can actually do that too. Oh, good. Okay. If you guys don't mess me up, I'll be able to pull off a pretty good turn. Yeah.
How do I mess you up? No.
All right, Jesse, what's he want to do, man? Mess him up.
I don't think it's going to happen as far as messing up. So let's go with... I'm having a worker shortage here. Someone keeps taking all the meat, and my workers don't want to show up if they're not going to get fed for it. So fed or paid, one or the other, and I'm not giving them either. So let's take a walk. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a long way to go, and that won't even give me the meat. So I need a quick way to make money that doesn't take workers.
You don't have one.
Don't have one.
Yeah. If you would have built either Office 10 or 11, those allow you to generate money. Those are the top 2.
Oh,
without using workers.
That would have been wise.
Yeah, see, it's all about planning.
Right.
But there's always that loan card sitting down there waving at you, Jesse.
That's true. I don't mind that too much. Let's go with, we're not going to do it yet. Let's move 1, 2. Yeah, let's take a walk over here. Pick up some things. Who knows? The board state may change. I don't need to take a loan yet. Let's take some wood. And then we're going to take, looking around. Let's take the coffee and, the other piece of wood. So that's what, 3 morale? 1, 2, 3.
Well, you got 3 goods.
Oh, right. -1. So 2 morale.
Yeah. See, I'm not that mean. I'm helping you out.
All right.
He's there for you, Jesse. He's there for you, man. He's cheering for you. He's in your corner.
Go ahead, John.
All right, I'm going to move the dock worker 2 + 1 for my office bonus.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to go ahead and pick up 2 wood. And that is going to cost me 2 morale. And that is it.
Awesome.
All right. And just to clarify, that's the warehouse manager. I don't want new viewers to get confused.
Yeah.
So I'm going to rest. I'm really trying to time out these last few actions. So my turn's done.
Yeah, see, your plan is to eventually hire those 2 guys and end the game. The other way it can end is with the trains, but the trains are slow going at this point.
Yeah. Well, that's eventually I'm going to do that, but there's other things I'm doing in the meantime.
Yeah. Looking at some things here. Am I ready for a loan? Oh, loan. How dare you? Let's go with, let's hire a building first. You know, no point in getting a loan if I don't get the building. So let's pay the 2 wood just to try to get us out of the situation here. We're going to pick up the building 10. And of course, we're not going to staff it yet, but we also don't have to pay the morale for it because of building 12.
Yes.
And just as a reminder for viewers, I cannot move these office workers from one building to another. They're locked into their jobs, signed a contract and all that stuff. So they're not moving to building 10. Let's go with John.
All right. I like trains. So we're going to go ahead and move our guy 1. We're going to drop off 2 wood. It's going to cost 2 morale. Down to 1 left. Oh, wait a minute. I don't have enough workers.
I have a couple.
That requires 2 workers, doesn't it?
Yes.
Dang. So I'm moving back.
I'm going to move this wood down because it didn't get moved.
All right,
I think that's John. I moved your wood.
Oh, you moved
Jesse.
my
That was
wood
John's.
already. Okay.
That's John's wood that's there,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh, so I can't do that. Rats. And
Yeah,
I don't
you
have
go do 1.
and I don't have enough money. Okay. Oops, what happened to my second wood? Oh, it's still over there.
It's still in the loading dock, yeah.
Okay. So I need money.
Take a loan. Everyone's doing it. It's a cool thing to do.
All right. So I can go 1, 2 plus spend a morale and go 3. I'm going to deliver 2 wood here, and that's going to spend my last 2 morale. That's going to give me 2 money.
Oh, John. Darn it. Yeah, it will. And it'll totally mess up my plans.
Well, that's why I did that move.
I had such a combo planned. So, because you got 3 workers on a cargo ship, which I was about to do on my next turn, you get 3 morale as a bonus, and you get the achievement tile that's there.
That final
and you
one.
Don't know it, but you hurt me in 3 different ways just now, John. You'll learn during the in-game scoring, but you just hurt me so badly. Oh man.
All right.
So there you go. You got that, and then get your 3 morale immediately.
True.
Okay. So now I cannot do. Well, I can still do it. I just can't. See, I was going to deliver the cargo ship that's behind me now, that's to the right of me, for $6 for 3 meat. I'm going to move forward 1 and deliver 3 meat to, let's see, we'll put 1 here, and we'll put 1 here. Oh, no, wait, I'm sorry. There's wood up there. John just used that wood, so that wood will come down. Here and here, and then this meat will go.
Typically, he'd get to decide where it goes, right? Like when there's 3
He would,
options.
but the game's almost over. Yeah, the game's almost over, and it's not going to matter as much. Right. I'm just trying to move things along for the sake of the quickness of the playthrough. So I'll spend 3 morale. I will put 1 worker here. I will get an extra $1, but the base pay is 5, so I'll get $6 because of my office. And what I'll do, I'll just get a 1. I'll go ahead and delete a 5 and grab a 10 just to clean up my player board a little bit. So I did not get that bonus of 3 morale and that extra $1. So I only got that. My turn is done. Your turn, Jesse.
All right. Well, I think it's time to take that loan. Oh, man. All right. This is not an action. This is a free action, correct?
The loan itself is a free action.
Yeah, let's do it. I'll take those $3, but I'll spend them. I'll spend that plus the $1 I have. We're going to take 2.
To hire 2 workers?
Yeah, hire 2 workers.
Yeah, the hire is your actual action.
Yep. All right, that's my turn. Don't feel good about that. Ouch.
Let's go ahead and go 3 spaces with the warehouse worker.
Mm-hmm.
We'll pick up 1 meat and 2 wood, and that uses up all my morale. So I'm down to 0.
All right.
That's it.
All right. And the more tactical thing for John to do, if he were to choose, would be to split the meat coming down, which is what I did. I am going to rest.
All right. I'm going to move the dock worker once, and I'm going to go on this particular spot, spending the 1 morale to do so because I get that discount. Delivering the wood for the right side and the coffee for the left side. And the last thing for me to do is draw 2 cards. And yeah, I draw 2 cards for in-game scoring stuff.
All right, another epic turn. I'm going to rest and get 5 morale.
And you did, Jesse, you drew 2, you're keeping 1.
I'm throwing 1 back, yeah.
Right, okay.
Now, when I throw the 1 back, it has to be one of those 2 I drew, correct? Or could it be another
Correct.
one? Okay.
No, it has to be one of the 2 that you drew.
Okay.
All right. So I am going to move the dock worker forward 1 space, and I'm going to spend 1 meat and 1 morale to place a worker on this train. And I'll draw 1 lowly railroad company tile, which is a Union Pacific. And my turn is done.
All right, what are we looking at here? Let's go with get money.
Oh, I'm sorry. I do collect an extra $1 for that because anytime I deliver food, I get $1.
I'm going to rest, moving up to the 4. That's it for me. Go ahead, John.
Good strategic move there, Jesse.
Sure.
Yeah. So I'm going to advance the warehouse guy 1. I'm going to pick up 1 meat. And that's going to cost me 1 morale.
Yes.
And I'm done.
Where are you going to put the meat?
This coffee now.
Oh, did you have a spot open? Yeah, I guess you did. When I looked up, I saw 2 meats.
Yep. No, yeah. I already put them up there.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, and I guess, yep.
All right. So how do I want to do this? Let's see. I've got room. I've got 2 morale. I'm going to use my ability to swap a coffee and a meat here. Move the warehouse manager forward 1, and I'll grab 2 meat for my last 2 morale. And then I will bring this meat from the loading dock down to the warehouse. My turn is done.
All right, am I interested in meat? No, not really. Let's go with moving this warehouse worker. We're going to move him over here 2 spaces. Let's pick up 2 wood, 2 iron. And how often can warehouse 10 be used once I staff it?
You could use it repeatedly as long as you have the morale and the goods to spend.
Okay, so I'm spending 3 morale for picking up that, and we'll worry about staffing it later. But that is my turn.
All right, so I guess I'm going to mix and match. I'm going to spend 2 meat to hire a worker, and that'll give me 3 morale. 1, 2, 3.
Actually, mind if
And
I
then I'm going to
pick up that last iron? I didn't notice there was one.
That's fine by me.
Okay.
And I'm going to spend $2
That'll spend my last one.
to the other worker. So that's going to give me.
You can't do that on one turn, John. You can hire one worker for meat.
Oh,
or you can't split it on one turn.
Can't split it. Okay.
Either meat or money.
All right, so I'll have to get my money back. All right. No, my turn is over. I got one worker, and that's it.
All right. I think you still need to move your worker up, though, right? He's still down on the bottom of your player board.
There we go.
All right. Man, all right. I'm going to. I know what I want to do, but I'm going to rest. I've wanted to end the game for a few turns, but I'm trying to plan it out right.
I'm also resting. Go ahead, John.
I'm going to spend the last $2 to get my second worker.
All right. Yeah, you have 7 morale. You're not resting anytime soon.
All right. Let's see. I'm going to move the warehouse manager.
It actually gives me 3 more morale, which puts me at the end. I'm at 8 morale.
I'm going to move the warehouse manager backwards 1 and spend 2 morale to grab 2 meat. And my turn is done.
Locking down the meat market still. Okay. Let's staff building 10 here. And we're going to spend 4 morale and make $8 with this stuff we have. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to spend 2 wood and 2 iron, pumping into office 10. Let's see what order do I want to put them in.
Yeah, now physically playing the game, you'd be putting them on the office on those icons because it's vassal and we're towards the end of the game. We know what you did. You spent them around. You could just put them, redistribute them back into the system.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and do that. Oh, I need to collect money. 5, 1, 1, 1. Let me display them.
And I do want to point out, Jesse, once you're done with that, putting the goods back, you still haven't taken a main action because that's a free action moving them over. So you still, whether it be resting or whatever.
Yeah, I think I'm going to rest. Let's move this here. Let's move this here. Let's put, I guess, this here and this here. And I'm going to rest, moving back up to 4. Go ahead.
Okie dokie. The train guy is going to go ahead and advance the dock worker 1 space. I'm going to try to not deliver my truck and deliver the wood instead. And we're going to put our 2 workers down there, but we're just going to be retrieving them. And that's going to cost me 2 morale.
Yes.
And then I get to draw 2 more train tokens.
John is going to be cashing in big time with the railroad company tiles at the end of the game.
And so I did that. And then I'm going to get $3, right? And
yes, sir.
2 for first, 1 for second.
1 for second.
And then I get my workers back.
You get your workers back. You get the train card. A couple things are going to happen before I take my turn. I'll let you finish getting all your guys back and get the train card first. All right. So get your $3.
I'm trying to flip that guy over, but all right.
I see him flip. He's flipped.
Oh, is he flipped for you? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So then I'll just get my $3. 1, 2, 3.
All right. So I'll bring this train card down and Oh, I miscounted. We see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Only 5 trains. I miscounted. I thought so. John didn't end the game. I thought he was going to end the game a turn before I was ready for it.
Rats! I thought I ended the game too.
Yeah, I miscounted how many trains were there. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and rest to go to 3 morale, and yeah, I need to do this before I end the game because no, you know what? I'm not going to do that. I was at 1 morale. I'm going to spend 2 meat. Knowing to warehouses, so I'll go to the loading dock to hire a worker. And since that's there's 2 things I'm trying to do, and I was trying to decide what order I want to do them in. So since I hired a worker from my last section, that triggers the end of the game. So on the main game board, on the center left, there's a track with 5 spaces. The disc starts in the light gray white space there.
Right here. Okay.
When the end game is triggered, you move it there, and that signifies the final round. Since I'm last player, the round is over. So once I finish everything on my turn, which I have done, then we move it to the 3. And now in turn order, we'll each get 1 turn. Jesse, John, myself, we'll move it again. We'll do that, move it again, we'll do that, and then we'll do in-game scoring. So
the 3, 2, 1
turns.
Oh, 3, 2. Okay, 3 turns.
Yeah, you have 3 turns, including the one you're about to take, Jesse. My turn's over.
Okay, so this is the first of the last 3 turns.
Yes.
All right, good thing I have morale and stuff, but I mean, I don't see myself hiring these people. I think I'm just going to stay the course of what I've been doing, which is really using this Office 10. I mean, I think that's the cheaper route to go to preserve.
The safer
income.
route for
it's
you, for
safer,
sure.
Yeah. So I'm going to move Warehouse Man, and he's going to pick up. Once again, I'm going to pick up, well, in this case, only 4 items because I already have an iron loaded up. So I'm going to pick up wood, an iron, and an iron. And that cost me a total of 3.
Yes.
And that is my turn.
Now, just to clarify, you don't have to move the wood and the iron over all at once. You could move one of them over right now, paying the morale, so that way you'd be at 0 and next turn you could rest.
That's a great idea.
That way you're not wasting 1 morale,
yeah,
just resting on 1.
That actually sounds good. Yeah, that sounds good. Let's do that. Good call. All right, John?
All right.
All righty. Well, let's see. For reasons I can't disclose because of my scoring cards, I'm going to want to advance 1 on the warehouse track. So I'm going to need an iron. And the next safest thing Jason, I haven't been playing for the cargo. The cargo, each thing requires 2, right? 1 on each side.
Correct.
Okay. So I'm going to advance the warehouse guy 1 spot. I will take 1 iron. And 2 meat. And that's going to require 1, 2, 3 morale. And that's it.
All right. I'm going to rest. And so at the end of my turn, I'll advance the disc, and it is the penultimate round, Jesse's turn.
Penultimate is one of my favorite terms.
I love it, especially because, I was like 20 something before I learned what it actually meant. And so it was like such a revelation. So now I love using it because I felt dumb knowing that I was using it wrong for so long.
Yeah, playing games, I learned the word penultimate and orthogonal.
Yeah, yes.
Both used often. Okay, I'm going to rest first, and then I'm going to turn in. So let's go with, I think we're going to do 3 turn-ins. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. 3 goods turning in. So
a wood and then a wood and an iron.
Correct.
And that would get you $8.
That's it. And while I collect that, go ahead and take your turn, John.
And since we're towards the end of the game, you can just delete 2 1s and grab a 10.
I'll do that, yeah.
If you want, just to make it a little cleaner on your player board.
Sounds good. Haven't had money this whole game. Feels good.
Stuff down. Your turn, John. I'm just moving the goods down to the warehouses.
I have moved my dock worker 2 spaces, and I'm going to deliver my truck and 2 meat. This time, actually, just hopefully my 2 meat, and put 2 workers or 1 worker in the cargo space.
And
then I get to draw 2 cards, right?
You draw 2 to your secret window, keep 1, return the other bottom of the deck. Just don't forget to spend your morale.
Oh, yeah. I think I already spent morale, but yeah. Well, maybe not. I don't remember.
I don't see it in the log.
Okay. All right, so that won't be an issue. And then
antepenultimate.
And I'm sorry because where is it again on the board? I'm having trouble finding it on my laptop. Where are the
top right above the offices.
Okay. Gotcha.
Oh, we need a new
Sorry
office.
about that, Jason.
That's all right. I'm just disheartened because you moved the dock worker and it's going to cost me money to do what I want to do.
Okay.
Oh, but you know what? Yeah, well, how do I want to do this? Okay, so 1, 2. I don't think it'll be worth it because it's going to cost me $3. John got me. Let me look at something real quick. I think it is better for me to move. It's going to be 6, 1, half a dozen the other, no matter where I go. So I'm going to move the dock worker 1 space, and I'm going to spend 2 morale to deliver 2 meat, and this worker to here. Actually, no, that's going to be more. I'm going to go to the cargo ship, I think, for $3. And so I'm grabbing my money. I'm going to return the meat to the warehouse area. And then I will advance the disc. And Jesse, it is your last turn.
Final turn. Let's just, I can't do much, so I'm just going to, well, actually, I'm going to look at what John has in plan. Who knows what he wants to do. So I'm just going to move over here and pick up some goods. I'm going to pick up 2 goods because I only have 1 morale. And we're going to pick up some wood there and maybe an iron here. And that'll be that.
All right, and then I'm going to go ahead and deliver iron to advance on the warehouse track, 1 space, and that'll allow me to draw 2 more gold cards.
Correct.
And then I'll choose 1.
All right, I'm going to rest to go to 3 morale. So that's the end of the game. While John's doing that, the first part of in-game scoring will only affect me. So I'll go ahead and talk through that while John's picking his card. That is, any trains that have workers on them, even if they're not full, you score them. You score them first, left, and then right. So I have 1 worker on this train. I will get my worker back. I will get the train card. And then I'm just going to throw it up here with my trucks, I guess, for now. And then I will collect $3. So I'll just delete 2 1s and grab a 5. And so now, and we can do this in turn order. I'll talk through it. So now you collect money for your sets of railroad company tiles. So Jesse, you're going to collect $3 for your Atlanta Pacifics.
Okay.
Let me
Let's
just
just
say this. You're
total
going to
it.
collect
Yeah.
a total of five. You can collect $5. $1 for your 3 individual ones,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'm sorry, you can collect $6. So you collect $1 each for those 3 individuals, and then $3 for your pair of Atlanta Pacifics.
Okay, $6 collected for the train sets. Done.
All right. So John, I'll do this only if you're ready, John. You still looking at the cards? Are you ready for me to do your scoring?
I got a feeling he's going to get a lot of money.
Yeah, John's going to collect a lot of money for this.
Yeah, I'm ready.
To go?
Yep,
Okay,
ready to
so
go.
1, 3, 5, 8 for your. I'll give you the total. So you're going to get $8 for your Kansas Railroad. You're going to get 135 for your Missouri Pacific. So you're at 13. 135 for your Pacific Railroad. 18. 135. So you're going to collect a total of $23.
So if I get rid of 2, I get 25.
Yes.
So I get rid of 1, 2, and I'll take 25.
Some good money.
I'll collect a whole $1 for my 1. But I did that for a few reasons. One, I got the extra buck. It allowed me to get rid of some meat and manipulate my morale.
Mm-hmm.
I got the extra buck from my office, and then I knew I was going to get the $3. I did not think either one of you was going to get back to that, just looking at what you're doing. So now we score the for our goal cards. And if you want, we can do this in order. So Jesse, if you want, since the goal cards are hidden, we'll just put them on the bottom. There's some blank spaces for cards that have gears and charts. I'm not going to explain what those are now.
Mm-hmm.
It's not something that's in the base game. So Jesse, if you want to bring your goal cards down there one at a time, and then I will score them.
Okay, let's do. We'll just place them down here because I have exactly 4.
All right. So for your first one, you're going to collect $4 for each of your mixed deliveries to shipping containers, which I believe you have 2 of those, correct?
Mm-hmm. Correct.
So you can just get rid of 2 ones and grab a 10 for that.
Will do.
All right.
Done.
For your next one, it's for goods on trucks. Mm-hmm. So you have 3 of those. So you'll collect $3 more.
Okay. I'll just hold that number in my head in case.
Okay, so you have 3. For your next one, it's workers staffed on offices. So it's 6. You're at $9 there.
9, yeah.
And then goal cards. You have 4 goal cards. So $13 total is what you'll get.
$13. All right. $13. Got it.
All right. And I'll just move your goal cards off to the side. And then, John, if you want to drag your goal cards and put them in those same spaces on the bottom right where the gears and all are.
You just threw them on the table.
Yeah, I just throw mine on the table anywhere. Where the gears are.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you want me to throw them?
Where the bag, you see the black bag where the railroad tiles right to the right of it.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, so just go ahead and put them there.
There you go.
Okay.
All right. How many do you have, John? Is that 4? You have 4?
I just have 4.
Okay, so for your first one, it's for workers that are staffing admin tracks. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, I'm sorry, 5. You'll collect $10 for that.
All right, got it.
All right, let's do that. And then the next one is for trains. I believe you have 1, 2, 3, 4 trains. So that's $4.
I've got 5 trains, or 4. Oh yeah, I got 4 trains. Sorry.
All right.
So for 4 trains, I'll get rid of $1 and go ahead and get a 5 spot. Okay.
All right. 4 stars on the forklift track. You've reached or surpassed the 2nd star, so you get $3 for that. And then for your last one, you won't collect anything because that's if you have or tied for the most trucks, and I have 3 trucks.
Okay.
All right. And so I'll move your goal cards over. Move them out of the way. And then for mine, I have exactly 4. So we'll bring those down. All right. And so the first one is workers on ships. I have 4 of those, so I'm at $4.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I'll just get rid of 1 and grab a 5. I'll do that real quick. And then for the achievement tiles, John got me really good one time. I was about to collect one for the ships and he took it. I have 3 of those, so that's $6. I'll collect another 5 and a 1, and I'll go ahead and delete 2 5s and grab a 10 real quick. I'm hanging on to 1 5 because I need to get rid of it from my loan. Bottom left is for deliveries to shipping containers. I get $1 for each of that, so 3. So I would delete 2 1s and grab a 5. And then for the last one is building material only deliveries to shipping containers. I have 1, 2, 3, which will get me $6 more. So I'll grab a 1, delete a 5, and grab a 10 instead of just grabbing a 5. So now, lastly, we have to pay for our loans. So it costs me $5. It costs Jesse $5.
It sure does.
All right.
And the loan is the difference.
Yeah, so you delete. Okay, so now I have $42. John has 43. Jesse has 38.
Correct.
So really, really close game.
Really close. And
scores?
everybody had a little different. Everybody had a little different strategy.
Yeah, very different. I purposely tried to avoid the admin tracks completely, just see how well I could do if I didn't stress them too much. But the gold card, I was going after gold cards early on, and I got 1 gold card, the one for ships, and then I got the office for food. And I saw that $6 for meat that I still never delivered to at the end of the game because you guys kept moving the dock worker, messing me up. So beautifully messed me up. But thank you both. I had a lot of fun. Really close game, and there's no shame in losing to John. Like I said, John's a very good gamer.
By a point,
coming into close second is a win for me.
Yeah, so you can check this game out right now on Kickstarter. And anything else to cover before we wrap it up?
I just want to say thank you to both of you again, and thank you to everyone who watched it in the chat and who watches it in the future. I hope that this video gives you a good idea so you can make an informed decision one way or another if you like to back the game.
Yep.
Yeah, great game, Jason. Rewards good play and a lot of fun. Engine building, pickup and delivery, good stuff.
Thank you.
Yeah, so thank you to Jason and thank you to John for playing this game. And we're going to wrap it up here. We normally raid on this channel, but we're not going to do that today because this is kind of a special stream. But we'll be back here Sunday, Wednesday, and Monday, 7:00 p.m. Central every week here at twitch.tv/heartboardgames. And as we like to say here, until next time, the box is closed. Have a good night, everybody. Bye-bye.
Night.
Good night.